In chilly Newark, Delaware, it is time for the 1AA NCAA Championships here on CSTV. Second-seeded Delaware, the Blue Hens, champions of the Atlantic 10, take on the co-champs from the Gateway Conference. Southern Illinois, 10-1 on the season. Third-year Southern Illinois head coach Jerry Kill, the man most responsible for the remarkable turnaround in Southern Illinois football. Just 2 seasons ago in 2001, his team was 1-10. Last year, 4-8. But the former Dennis Franchione, player and assistant coach. Now in his 3rd season with Southern Illinois, no surprise that he is the Gateway Conference Coach of the Year. The Delaware Blue Hens will be kicking the football away. And a crowd that is usually around 20,000 is not quite up to those numbers today. Of course, on Thanksgiving weekend, you have all the students mostly back at home, but for Casey Keeler's Delaware Blue Hens, still a faithful crowd out here. Keeler in his 2nd year taking over the Delaware Blue Hens. He says that the first 12 games of the regular season were like a 12-round boxing match, but here in the 1AA championships, it's a steel cage death match because there is no second round.
There is no second round. The loser packs their bags and they're heading home.
Southern Illinois Salukis get the football first here at Delaware Stadium. Brent Little brings it back out to the 21-yard line. So it will be the Southern Illinois offense first, led by Joel Samberski, sophomore quarterback. A year ago, he was Gateway Conference Freshman of the Year, and he has done exactly what a Saluki quarterback is supposed to do. Don't turn the football over. He's not a huge passer. In fact, they don't even want to throw the ball that much, but 14 touchdowns against just 5 interceptions on the season for the sophomore from Liberty, Missouri. First down and 10, I backfield. They called him Thunder and Lightning. Muhammad Abdul-Qadir and Tom Koutsos in the backfield, and no surprise that Abdul-Qadir gets the first down handoff, and he picks up 3-4 yards out to the 25-yard line. Abdul-Qadir transferred 2 years ago from Coffeyville Community College. And the group blocking for him up front will be led by Elmer McDaniel, who offensive coordinator Matthew Limegrover says is as responsible for the success of Southern Illinois football as anyone. Number 71, Elmer McDaniel, a junior center from Muskogee, Oklahoma. 2nd down and 6, and a different look from Southern Illinois. 1 back, so on 2nd down, Samberski completes the pass to Brent Little.
It's a nice job. Quick 3-step drop by Samberski. Got the ball out.
Scott already told us about Sean Johnson on this Delaware Blue Hens defense, a team that's 11-1. ACC, first team All-ACC, and now the A10 Defensive Player of the Week. And Mondo Davis, Player of the Year, rather. Mondo Davis in the middle of that defense with 81 tackles leading the team. He's 2nd team All-A10.
Number 24, Mike Adams, their safety. He's back today. Huge addition for the defense. You're looking at this defensive line up front yesterday at practice. They have Parks listed at number 68. Parks listed at 255. This guy's pushing 285 easily.
Scott, you surprised to see Southern Illinois throwing on 2nd down, a team that wants to run the football?
Well, you know, with the loss of the fullback, automatic, with Robinson not in the game on the first series, you know, they're showing Delaware, hey, we're not afraid to throw the football. You know, run on the first play, nice pickup for a 1st down on 2nd. Now the win all of a sudden is behind them. You know, they were receiving the football. Delaware had the win on the kick, easily almost kicked it into the end zone. Now, if you look at the flags, all of a sudden Southern Illinois has the win now.
High backfield again of Abdul-Qadir and Koutsos. No running room up the middle.
That was Parks again right there, the guy we were just talking about. He just stuffed that one. Took the center, shot the gap. They tried to run the lead draw to the left, a little short sprint draw. There you see Parks just sitting there waiting. He had no chance on that one.
And he's not the only guy. There's about 3-4 defenders back there in the backfield.
And this is a big Southern Illinois Saluki line. They averaged 301 pounds across the front, all 5 of them.
2nd down. Little trouble coming away from center. Back on top of the football, though, is Samberski. Delaware thinks they have it, though.
Samberski, nobody blocked him.
John Mulhern recovers the fumble for Delaware. Samberski tripped coming away from center. and then lost the football as he looked like he was going on a bootleg.
Sean Johnson all alone in the backfield here. All of a sudden, they want to run the half roll option to the other side. It was actually...
Yeah,
that was Johnson in on the hot. Taking a second to look at it right here. A little reverse option on the play. That was Parks, 68. Parks, again, 2 big plays in a row for Parks up the middle.
So the Delaware offense led by Andy Hall. The no-huddle Blue Hen offense takes over at the 27-yard line. Short field position, but the wind in their face. Andy Hall passing on first down, complete to David Bowler for about a 7-yard gain. So Delaware answers question number 1, can they pass against the wind? Andy Hall, the Georgia Tech transfer, now is senior and the Atlantic 10 Offensive Player of the Year for the Delaware Blue Hens. However, that separated left shoulder has kept him out of practice all week. No doubt they wanted to pass the football, get Andy Hall's confidence going on that first play from scrimmage.
What better way than to put him in a shotgun, get the ball in quickly. Why take the hits off your quarterback? If he's unnecessary to drop him back, put him back 5 yards, let him look things over.
2 tight end, 1 back, and the handoff goes to Jermaine Bennett, and that will be close to a Delaware first down. The offensive line led by Jason Nearies, the right guard, a junior from Waldwick, New Jersey, making his 34th consecutive start for the Delaware Blue Hens. He's a first-team All-Atlantic 10 performer, but it's a great offensive line, including Trip Del Campo, that left tackle. He's third-team All-A10 after serving as a walk-on. The featured back will be Jermaine Bennett, over 1,100 yards rushing for Delaware. Behind Andy Hall, it is first down Blue Hens. Just underway in a scoreless game. Motion on the line, no flags though. Play action. Hall over the middle, incomplete. And Andy Hall's coming back there saying, how come there's no flag? Because clearly there was motion on the right side of the Southern Illinois defensive line.
Just the small things like that, having Hall in there. You talk about mixing up your cadence, trying to draw them off sides. You're down in the red zone. Looks like they should have had a free play right there. Definitely a neutral zone infraction.
And yet no flag.
Number 96, Billy Beard was offsides right there.
So second down and 10 for the Delaware Blue Hens. And you usually think inside the 20, they're already in field goal range, but nothing is assured today with the windy conditions. Bennett's second handoff of the game picks up a couple more yards. That's something that Tubby Raymond, visiting with him before the game, said passing the football for Delaware is going to be tough, but the kicking conditions are an absolute nightmare on the field today on Tubby Raymond Field.
Oh, without a doubt. We're sitting here watching the warm-ups, both kickers. Nobody went over the 22-yard line when they were kicking the ball. So very windy, 33-yard field goal maximum. They're definitely in range right now, but you want to get 6 out of this on your opening drive.
So a big third down play already for Delaware. 4 wides and only 1 back. And they're going to have to take a timeout. Play clock was winding down, and on Delaware's first offensive possession, they used a timeout. Couldn't get the play call in.
Well, it looks like Hall was stepping up. It seemed like the center had trouble hearing him. Now all of a sudden, that's where the wind can play in a factor. You have the helmet on. You have the wind echoing in your ear. If you're in a shotgun, you have trouble hearing your quarterback. There's not a lot of crowd noise. You're on offense. They may have to address this on the sideline.
Delaware got the football off a turnover. Now the Blue Hens facing third down, trying to put points on the board on CSTV.
Merry Christmas. Santa Claus here for Vogler Motor Company. It's that time of the year, time for you to make your wish list. And don't be afraid, wish big this year. No, I mean really big. That's better. Now that's Santa's kind of toy. And if you're wishing for a new Mountaineer, Aviator, or Navigator, make it easy on Santa and wish for a DVD player. They're free, absolutely free, including installation and a $2,000 rebate. You know, Rudolph wants off the 24th. This might just be the answer. So get that wish list ready. We'll see you at Vogler's, where wishes are granted.
Why do over twice as many new moms prefer Memorial Hospital of Carbondale? For caring personal attention from experienced nurses, Southern Illinois' highest level of premature birth care, and lots of large, beautiful new OB suites. So you can celebrate your baby's birthday in your own special way. To find just the right doctor or midwife, call Memorial Hospital of Carbondale and make your baby's birthday a celebration.
In the past 5 years, cable companies have raised their rates by over 40%. Excessive? We think it's biggish.
my piggy bank. It took my dolly. It took my jewelry.
All right, that's it. Get the kids. We're switching to Dish Network.
Get 50 channels for under $25 a month. A free 3-room system and free installation by calling Satellites and More and save.
Mindy Bach tells us that the wind conditions could get up to 40 miles an hour today, and it looks like they may be at 40 miles per hour. The wind has picked up even since kickoff in the first 3+ minutes of this football game. Third down for Delaware here in the red zone, coming out of the timeout. Hall picks up the blitz. Touchdown, Delaware, over the middle to Justin Long, his 5th touchdown catch of the season, and the Blue Hens are up 6-0.
Phenomenal job by Hall, sitting in the pocket, not feeling the pressure. He allowed his receiver to get inside on a quick post route. You can see Delaware not trying to keep the football in the air very long. A lot of zip on his pass coming through. His shoulder looks good so far.
That is the biggest question of the day for Delaware. How is Andy Hall's shoulder? And he leads a touchdown drive, albeit a short one, off the Southern Illinois turnover. Now we see the kicking game in the win. No problem for Brad Shushman. And the Delaware Blue Hens take an early turnover, converting it into 7 points.
Taking a second look right here. Hall in the shotgun. Great job picking up the blitz on the right side. That's just playing pitch and catch. When you have receivers like that, all 3 receivers, all of them with over 40 catches so far, so they're used to catching the football. Huge for Delaware on the turnover. Talk about a game that's so critical with field position and punting and not giving up a quick score off the bat, something Southern Illinois did not want to get into.
And yet the Salukis, who go on the road, a team that hasn't been to the playoffs in 20 years. Southern Illinois was champions of 1AA football in 1983, and yet Southern Illinois hasn't been back to the playoffs. They get sent on the road to play at Delaware. Tough conditions, tough weather conditions. You cannot turn the football over in a scenario like that. Sure enough, it ends up at 7 points for the Blue Hens.
Especially in the playoffs. The Salukis being a running team, if you get down quick in this game, you know, say 14-0 or even 10-0, and you're not used to throwing the football or coming from behind, all of a sudden you find yourself in a tough spot. You got Delaware, who's used to being in the playoffs. The Salukis, as you said, have not been here for 20 years, only 7 seniors on his football team. They're a young team. They're not used to situations like this.
Little waits for the kick, and kicking against the wind. That one dies out, so a chance for a return here from Little. Another fumble of the football. Delaware says they have it again. Already one Southern Illinois fumble. This is going to be a messy bottom of the pack. Delaware football. The second fumble of the day in the first 3.5 minutes. Leon Clark recovers it for Delaware.
That's just the helmet on the ball. Phenomenal hit right there. This Delaware team came to play today.
Keandre Hepburn is the guy who makes the hit. So for the second time today, Delaware will have a short field to work with on offense. The first time Andy Hall converted it into a touchdown. And the number one thing you cannot do in the playoffs on the road is turn the football over. Andy Hall running the other way, out of bounds at the 30. And this is what happened the first time Delaware got the football.
Take a look at a nice end zone shot here. Hall sitting in the pocket. But you see the throwing lane. Has great vision, able to find his receiver. Like we said before, it's just playing pitch and catch.
That's a great point, Scott, that he didn't lift that ball up. He's throwing it right on target because you don't want the wind to play tricks.
Exactly. You don't want to put a lot of air under the football today.
Second down here for Andy Hall. Handoff to Antoine Jenkins near a first down as he gets to the 25. So third down and short for Delaware, who has been amazing on third down conversions. 47% this season on converting on third down. Put that number in perspective, Scott, about what 47% on third down means for your offense.
It's what you're looking at right now. You're looking at a third and a long one. It's so much easier to convert third downs when you have it around 3rd and 2, 3rd and 3, as opposed to 3rd and 8. And that's what Delaware has done all year.
8 in the box for Southern Illinois, and yet Jenkins gets that 1-2 yards needed for the first down. And yes, Paul Thompson, that is a first down for the Delaware Blue Hens.
When you talk about the spread offense, the no huddle defenses, you can't prepare for each other. You talk about these two teams, no common opponents this year. So you talk about game planning. Nobody really has a good feel what the other team's going to do.
And this is the first time that Delaware and Southern Illinois have ever met on the football field. High backfield. Play action here for Hall. He wants to go to the end zone, but some room to run. So here goes Andy Hall, and wisely gets to the sideline. And is that a player who's trying to avoid getting hit on that separated left shoulder that he gets to the sidelines?
They had a too tight set right there. He dropped back to pass. He had Justin Long. It was a single-man route, his flanker. He ran about a 15-yard outcut. He had him. Now, he may not have been able to see him. Maybe the tackle was in his way. But instead of throwing it away, you got an athletic quarterback like this. Instead of being 2nd and 10, scrambles to the left side, makes it a 2nd and 6 now.
Andy Hall is the second leading rusher on this Delaware team. 630 rushing yards on the season for the senior quarterback. Second down here. Blitz coming again from Southern Illinois. Picking it up again, completing it again. This time it's David Bowler, short of the first down, but he's inside the 15-yard line.
That's the second time we've seen Southern Illinois trying to blitz. If they're not going to be able to get to Hall today, they're going to have a long, long day. It's just a Mike Backer blitz right up the middle, but they did a little slide protection onto the left. Talking about the center and the left guard slid to their left, easily picked up that quick Mike blitz.
So this is third down. Again, it's 3rd down and 1 for Delaware. Already one completed 3rd down conversion.
2 tight ends right now.
High backfield. Hall will hand off again to Jenkins. This time they were waiting for him. Coming up to make that stick is Billy Beard, the defensive end, junior out of St. Louis for Southern Illinois. And that's going to bring up 4th down. But with the wind causing concern in the kicking game, this may be a 4th down. Go for it. Billy Beard got inside to make that tackle, forcing this 4th down. So let's see what Casey Keeler there in the shades. And sure enough, with that wind whipping, you don't send your field goal unit out there from...
That's right. Delaware trying to make a statement here.
32. So 4th down and 2 for Delaware. Play action. Hall dumps over, complete. That's a first down at the 2-yard line.
What a play action fake by Hall. Hides the ball in his right hip.
Sean Blyler makes that catch.
Taking a look from the end zone here. Watch Hall. Hides the ball. Turns around, finds his fullback.
The 13th catch of the year. And obviously that one's in the back of the playbook for 4th down and short. Now it's 1st and goal. Spotted out at the 3. Spotted down at the 3. So this is 1st and goal from the 3. Blue Hens trying to take a 14-0 lead. Motion on the line. Here's a flag. It's a free play.
Finally got him.
Yep, Jenkins didn't get anywhere anyway.
But great discipline by the Delaware offense. You could see coming into this game, they've talked about mixing up the snap count. That was almost the 3rd time they had him in the neutral zone. And that's about the 4th time we've seen a 2 tight end set with 2 backs. So they are adapting to the weather.
Delaware trying to go up 2 scores thanks to 2 Southern Illinois fumbles. The first time the Salukis turned it over, it was on offense. That led to the Delaware touchdown. Then on special teams, this was the last kickoff. Again, the Blue Hens on top of the football. And now 1st and goal from the 1.5-yard line for the Delaware Blue Hens. Jerry Kill's Southern Illinois Salukis have not had a good start here in Newark, Delaware. 1st and goal, again. Motion again. It's going to be touchdown Delaware. Jenkins over the top of the pile and into the end zone. So even if the flag is against Southern Illinois, that will be a Delaware touchdown.
Defense coordinator Tracy Clays for Southern Illinois is going to be talking to his team. You got to get your head in the football game. That's just a basic lead draw right up the gut. I mean, there's no excuse for defensive linemen to be, especially when you're right over the football. Your eyes got to be peeled on that football.
2 Southern Illinois turnovers, 2 Delaware touchdowns. It's 13-0 Blue Hens with the extra point to come. A nightmarish start for the Southern Illinois Salukis. So they'll have to run the option here. That's a loose football, and now it's going to be whistled dead. Joe Blameyer, the holder, didn't have a whole lot of options. So the PAT is failed, but it's 13-0 Delaware on Southern Illinois. Salukis try once again to hang on to the football.
Set it up at the 2003 NCAA Division I Women's Volleyball Championship, hosted by the Big 12 Conference and the Dallas Convention and Visitors Bureau. The fast-paced action takes place December 18th and 20th at Reunion Arena in Dallas. To net your tickets, call 877-325-5272. That's 877-325-5272, or log on to ncaasports.com.
Diversity, a group or element that is made up of distinct characteristics, qualities, and background.
I mean, we have guys from California, we have guys from Florida, and, they come to Texas, and we got the different accents and the y'all. And
those are all my brothers, and, when push comes to shove, and, they're never going to let you down.
You're going through so many emotional ups and downs with them, you can't help but just be best friends with them forever.
NCAA football, a lifetime of opportunity.
Joe Montana, Notre Dame.
Montana's rolling and looking.
Mia Hamm, North Carolina.
Hamm, right-footed shot, and she scored!
Cale Sanderson, Iowa State. Michael Jordan, North Carolina. Who will be the next to redefine the game? CSTV, the new home of college sports.
The Delaware Blue Hens were ready for the start of the 1AA NCAA championships. Already a 14-0 lead here at Delaware Stadium in Newark, Delaware. The first state is what they call it, because Delaware was the first state to ratify the Constitution.
It's a great campus here, too. Got a chance to check it out last night.
Early on last night.
Early on last night.
Not late.
We were not out with a fullback from Southern Illinois.
The scoring drive is short one for Delaware. Twice they have converted Southern Illinois turnovers into touchdowns, and the last time it was on the kickoff unit. So Shushman booting it away, and you never know what's going to happen. Again, it goes to Little. He fumbled the football last time. This time Little on the return wisely goes down as soon as a man gets there. So to the 15. Join host Sid Rosenberg, the somewhat handsome Scott Zolak, Aaron Taylor, and Sports Illustrated's Kelly King as they recap the week that was in college football and peer into their crystal ball to forecast this weekend's action. The weekend begins on Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern with Crystal Ball on CSTV, the new home of college sports. So you guys just bring out that crystal ball into the studio and peer into it and get your football expertise?
Oh, we try to. At least Sid does. The rest of us, we do a lot of research. Sid has his stat guys to help him out.
No running room on first down for Southern Illinois. So if you peered into that crystal ball, what did you see between Delaware and Southern Illinois today?
Well, Delaware with 59 total yards to 6 of Southern Illinois does not bode well for Southern Illinois. They cannot afford to turn the football over, especially playing on the road.
And now with those 2 turnovers for Delaware, 2 turnovers forced, the turnover margin for the Blue Hens is plus 16 on the year.
You just see the emotion. They're feeding off it.
2nd and 9, Southern Illinois trying to get the run game going.
There you go.
Throw back to the tight end, little over pursuit, and the pass is complete to Chris Kupak. Nice. And that's a first down finally for the Salukis.
Nice misdirection on the bootleg. Take a look at the left end, the All-American Sean Johnson bites on the fake. You can see the pursuit that Delaware has.
And one of the
when
things
you have hungry, fast defense, they tend to bite on the play-action fake. Nice job by Sam Bursky getting outside, though.
Southern Illinois offensive coordinator Matthew Limegrover says we have to move the chains, keep the football moving, keep getting first downs, and if you can't get the run game going, Muhammad Abdul-Qadir wrapped up that time by Mondo Davis.
That's exactly what Coach Keeler wants to do. Force those runs outside. Thunder and Lightning can run all they want as long as they're doing it east-west, not north and south. Here you see him bounce it outside. Just a great form tackle, his head in front.
Mondo Davis comes up to make the stop. Second team All-Atlantic 10 for Delaware. Play clock already to 8 to 7. So trouble here for Southern Illinois getting this play call off. Second down and 9 with the play clock at 2. Pass is complete.
Nice catch. Short
of the first down, though, to Kellen Allen. Let's check in with Mike at the CSTV Fieldhouse.
Carter, Mount Union has a 52-game winning streak on the line. D3 playoffs, second round, and Wisconsin lacrosse Eagles have a lead. Andrew McCaldo with a 4-yard touchdown run after an interception return. It's 7-0, 6.5 to go in the first. Back to you.
Thank you very much, Mike. He'll keep us up to date on all the action in college football on this Thanksgiving weekend. Here it's third down and 2 yards for Southern Illinois. Handoff up the middle, stopped short is Tom Koutsas.
It's the first time we saw Delaware blitz today. They brought the weak side backer, brought the corner.
It's Mulhern who makes the stop on third down.
It's Mulhern. Keeler loves him. He said, you watch Mulhern, number 44 right here. He had 2 brothers that played at Delaware.
So they stopped Sean Johnson, number 96, by double teaming him, but that leaves John Mulhern open. And that forces Southern Illinois into a punt situation. Sid Hagerbrook is back deep to return it for Delaware. Good kick with the win. Hagerbrook takes it. Chance for a return. Nice stick, however. And special teams by James Smith, a senior safety from Jacksonville, Florida. So for the first time today, Southern Illinois doesn't fumble the football. However, they have to punt it away and give Delaware a pretty good field position again. Andy Hall and the Blue Hen offense gets the football at the 41, already up 13-0.
Only let a certified mechanic repair or alter your vehicle.
1, 2, 3, make it.
Let's leave information to the experts.
Make it.
Rules says there for your safety. That's riding in style.
Make it.
Remix the rules, remix the flavor. New Tropical Sprite Remix.
College football is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. It's not all about winning games. It's about having a real college life and making new friends and meeting new people. And coming back for my senior year, I got a bunch of buddies who are going to be with me this season. It's a great program. It's fun. The fans are into it. I really just wanted another year to experience a college life. NCAA football, a lifetime of opportunity.
At CSTV, our fans can't help but say, I am what I am.
I'm a Lady Knight.
I am a Tiger.
I am
a Wildcat.
I am a Blue Devil through and through.
I'm a Hurricane, and you know that we're the best. I am a Ram.
I'm a Colorado Buffalo.
I'm a Hoosier. I'm a Scarlet Knight.
I'm a Gator.
I am an Orangeman. I am
an Eve.
I am a Battling Bear. I am a Demon Deacon.
I'm a Tiger.
I'm an Orange baby and proud of it.
CSTV, the new home of college sports.
For the 17th time in Delaware football history, the Blue Hens are in the playoffs. And that goes back to when Delaware was a Division II school before they joined up with 1AA. 3 national championships at the Division II level, but none at 1AA. So a storied football program here in Delaware, seeking its first 1AA national championship here in 2003. Play action, Hall wants it long, wide open, but he overthrows Joe Blaemeyer. He was wide open behind the defense. These 2 teams trying to make it to Chattanooga on December 19th, and you can catch this year's NCAA Division I AA Football National Championship. For ticket information, visit www.ncaasports.com.
One pass Andy Hall would like to have back. He threw that a little early. It was just a post dig route combo off the free safety. The free safety bit on the dig route. Post was wide open.
Trying to break it wide open is Delaware in the first quarter. Already up 13-0. 2nd and 10. Pass complete, but a big hit on David Bowler. A transfer from USC. He's from Covina, California, and he has really come on as the leading receiver for this Delaware Blue Hen offense. He struggled early in the year with a broken thumb, but since he's come back healthy, he's been the go-to guy.
Yeah, he's a nice target for Hall. He stands at 6'2", 200 pounds. Kind of like that Keyshawn Johnson, Mike Williams type wideout. You want that when you're going to run a lot of curl routes, a lot of digs, a lot of slants, because he's going to take a lot of hits from the DBs.
Better attitude, though.
Better attitude. Hey, don't get on Keyshawn. Keyshawn's
Play
all
clock
right.
to 4. 3rd down. Hall leaves it high, but hauling it in is Brian Ingram on the sideline. That's a 1st down for Delaware. And the Blue Hens, even with the wind in their face, are not backing down, and with an injured quarterback, still throwing the football.
Taking a look from Hall from the end zone shot again. Just a great timing route. Threw the ball even before the receiver had his head turned around. But this offensive line and Jermaine Bennett is doing a great job giving Hall all day to throw.
No huddle Delaware offense now inside the 50 of Southern Illinois. It's 1st down and 10. Hall with 4 wide, inside give to Bennett. And not much running room up the middle. Making the stop, the middle linebacker, Eric Egan. It's a 4-2-5 defensive scheme for Southern Illinois, meaning that 4 down linemen, 2 linebackers, 3 safeties. So it may be a defense tailored to a spread out offense. Yet it's 13-0, and here's another 1st down, and down into the red zone goes Jermaine Bennett, diving forward inside the 20.
Delaware with a quick snap there, caught the Salukis off guard. They were late getting their defensive tackle onto the field. It was just a stretch play. Bennett did a great job stretching the play out. Take another look at it here. He takes the handoff. Watch him bounce it to the right side, setting up his blockers. Boom, sees the daylight, cuts it up inside. This is a guy that had over 1,100 yards this year so far. You know, we did so much talking about Thunder and Lightning in the pregame. Jermaine Bennett's having a great year.
Senior out of Clinton, Maryland. Blitz. Wow. There's going to be another flag. Bennett with another free play. Last time he scored, and he's going to take it again. Touchdown, Delaware. The 2nd time that the Blue Hens have caught Southern Illinois offsides and have scored a touchdown off of it. If the touchdown stands, it's 19-0. We'll wait.
I've never seen a defensive front so undisciplined in the first quarter of a playoff game. I mean, they've jumped off sides 5 times. They've called it twice. And then it's a free play. All of a sudden, they quit on the play. Great job by Bennett playing the play out.
Delaware jumps on top 19-0. It was offsides. Penalty declined. Schushman to try to make this a 20-0 game with 3:12 to play in the first quarter. No problems this time with the snap, hold, and the PAT. So the Blue Hens lead it 20-0 on Southern Illinois. And as you said, Scott, not only does the defense jump off sides, they quit on the play.
Great job by Hall. Hall even thought the play was over. He handed it to Bennett, but you got to give this kid credit, Bennett, for playing the play out. The Salukis just quit on that play, thought it was there wasn't any contact. It wasn't a dead ball foul.
Touchdown Delaware, 20-0. Let's check in with Mindy Bach.
Well, guys, when Coach Keeler took over this program, he's only the 4th coach in the last 40 years to head the Delaware team, and this is who he has to follow. Big shoes to fill. We have William Murray, Dave Nelson, and Harold Tubby Raymond. These 3 coaches have all been inducted into the College Football Hall of Fame and have 5 national championships between them. Keeler actually played for Raymond in 1979, the last time that the Fighting Blue Hens were in the national championship game. If Keeler can take this team to the national championship and win the title this year, you can bet he's on his way to having his bus join these 3. Guys?
Casey Keeler was a linebacker playing for Tubby Raymond.
Kind of looks like Rich Gannon.
He does. A former Delaware Blue Hen quarterback, Rich Gannon. Maybe that helped him get the head coaching job here at Delaware.
So. I think he was a pretty good player under Raymond.
And Casey Keeler went to the Division III championship game 5 times as head coach of Rowan in New Jersey when he took over that program from John Bunting.
Yeah, he built a Division III dynasty
and
there.
Yet he never won. So Casey Keeler says that he wants what these players want. He wants a 1AA championship. And in the first round, Casey Keeler's Delaware Blue Hens are up 20-0.
Southern Illinois wants to get back in this football game. Now's the chance. You have great field position. You're starting out on your own 37-yard line. You had 2 first downs on your last drive. Started to get a little bit of a rhythm, but there's just no continuity in this offense right now for Southern Illinois.
And if the Salukis are going to get back into this football game, they're going to have to do it running the football, because this is a time of possession, ball control offense. They've been losing both battles, plus the turnover battle. Play action. This is the play that worked last time.
Yeah.
So good adjustment by Kyle Campbell and the Delaware defense, ready for the tight end throwback.
Sean Johnson bit on the fake again. Crashed down inside, but they had the backers there ready to pick up the little flat route.
Sean Johnson, who spent 4 years at Duke. He played 3 years for the Blue Devils. First team All-ACC. He led the ACC in sacks last year, and yet he said, I want to win football games. So he transferred from Duke after graduating with a degree in biological anthropology.
Wow.
Enrolled in the master's program at Delaware, and with 1 year of NCAA eligibility remaining, he's become one of the best defensive players in 1AA. Nearly picked by Leon Clark on the second down throw.
Delaware's just dictating the line of scrimmage right now. You look at the push offensively and defensively. Total mismatch for Southern Illinois. Southern Illinois coming into this game, Coach Kill, he talked about a power game. You know, they felt confident, you know, averaging 301 yards up front offensively, that they could control the line of scrimmage. You know, eat the clock, move the sticks. As we've watched so far, none of that is yet to take hold of that.
And so here it is on third down and a long 9 yards, and rather than smash mouth short yardage football, it's a passing down. Sambursky does hand the football off. Penalty flag on the play, another fumble. This time Southern Illinois recovers, but the line judge was waving this play dead from the start. He saw something, maybe a false start on the Southern Illinois side of things.
It's got to be on the offense. Yep, Sean Johnson says. False start. They're just trying to run a draw right there. You talk about the pursuit. This kid just runs hard, but they have got to hold on to the football. It's cold. When it's cold, the ball, the film on the ball, it makes it more slippery. Either they need to get some gloves that work, or get 2 hands on it. Because all their skill position, all the skilled players having trouble holding on to the football for Southern Illinois.
It is a false start against the Salukis, so costly penalties, 2 on defense, leading to Delaware touchdowns. And now a false start puts you into third down and 14 yards.
And that's where a lot of the youth can come into play. When you're young, you're inexperienced, you do commit a lot more errors, especially on the road in a pressure game like this. That's where Delaware has the edge.
Third and 14, a team that likes to run the football now forced into throwing it. Sambursky pressured and sacked. Bubba Jesperson, the freshman from Mission Viejo, California, gets to the quarterback Sambursky, and it goes from bad to worse for the Southern Illinois Salukis.
Yeah, he's going to get credit for the sack, but if you watch Sean Johnson here on the right side, he just blows right around the left tackle, forces Sambursky up in the pocket right into the waiting arms.
And Bubba brings him down.
This Parks kid is everywhere too. I mean, it looks like he has a great motor, always active, always around the pile.
And as you said, Scott, Sean Johnson, I mean, he looks like a varsity player on the JV in high school.
Yeah, if I'm a scout and I'm coming here to scout Delaware, this kid sticks out.
And Delaware has taken another timeout here before they get the football back. So the second timeout used in this first quarter by the Blue Hens. That's probably the only thing that hasn't gone well for Delaware. They've been forced to use 2 timeouts in the first quarter.
Had some personnel problems there, so take advantage of it here. Set up your punt return. I mean, if you could get another score here before the half, you'll put this one in the bag.
1:56 to go. Still in quarter number 1.
It's amazing.
And it's already 20-0 Delaware. This is the Southern Illinois football team that is 10-1 on the year, ranked number 4 in the latest Sports Network CSTV poll.
They were ranked number 2 for a while, right?
Exactly, ranked number 2 in the country late in the year.
Had their first loss just last week alone.
Hagerbrook back to return this kick, but looks like Delaware wants to get a punt block here.
Wow.
And it looks like they'll get it. This would be a touchdown. if Delaware recovers in the end zone. Touchdown, Blue Hens.
That's the backup tight end, Jesse O'Neill, coming right up the gut. Shot the gap. Great extension on the block. Goes from bad to worse for Southern Illinois.
Offense, defense, and now special teams for the Delaware Blue Hens. It is 26-0 Delaware with 1:47 left in the first quarter.
Take another look at Jesse O'Neill right here. Lines up right between the left guard and the left tackle. Great extension. He didn't go for the foot of the player. He leapt. He tried to leap for 3 yards out in front. That's what they teach you in special teams. Go for the point of the kick, not at the actual leg of the punter.
It's Sean Blyler who finally gets on the football in the end zone. Extra point is good. 27-0 Delaware on Southern Illinois. They took the timeout to set up the punt block, and it pays off.
That's right. If you have to take the timeout, use it wisely. You know, we watched the walkthrough yesterday. They were so keyed in. You're talking about Delaware on special teams, substitutions. Coach Keeler would call for different things. This guy's down. They were on top of their substitutions. They knew what they were doing. They seemed very well coached.
We'd like to extend a special welcome to those of you watching a special presentation of college sports television today on CN8, the Comcast network. CSTV is delighted to join with CN8 to provide you live coverage of this afternoon's game. And if you're a Delaware Blue Hen fan, you are enjoying the start of this game because 1:47 to go in the first quarter. It is already 27-0 Delaware on Southern Illinois in the first round of the 1AA football championships.
You know, you talked about the Gateway Conference with 4 teams in the playoffs. You know, that's a quarter of it right there. But then, we're talking about not having common opponents, you know, how strong is this Atlantic 10 with this Delaware team? They're representing them.
These are the 2 strongest conferences as far as rankings and playoff berth-wise in 1AA football. The Gateway Conference in the Midwest and the Atlantic 10, obviously, on the Atlantic coast. And we are seeing, at least in the first quarter, that the Delaware Blue Hens playing at home, the A10 champs, have the better of the Gateway co-champions, Southern Illinois.
It's a little bit of a mismatch right now.
Short kick against the wind. Little will take it. A fumble already today for Little. This time he covers up and dives forward to the 25. Let's take a look at this punt block, Scott. Clearly this is what Delaware was setting up.
It's just, I mean, he got that away pretty quick. I mean, it's a 2-step punt. Normally it's 3.5 steps. Jesse O'Neill, though, he was able to shoot that gap, make the block. And I mean, when you could create plays like that on special teams, not only recover, but do it for the touchdown, just helps your football team out tremendously.
G.J. Crescione was the first guy to the football in the end zone, but it's Blyler who ends up recovering that block punt for a touchdown.
That's a backup tight end right there with the blocks. You talk about role players on your football team. What can you do to make your football team better? Doesn't play a lot on offense, but there it is right there on special teams. That's where he contributes.
And this is exactly the position that Southern Illinois feared. And we're going to have a discussion here among the officials. And both teams are being pulled off to the sidelines as the officials are conversing right around the 30-yard line. They're having a long conversation with Casey Keeler. We're seeing, oh, he has blood coming out of his lip.
Sometimes the refs do get contacted.
Yep, that's our umpire, Patrick Feely, who has a busted lip. This is a crew from the MEAC, one of the 1AA football conferences that has sent teams and, of course, officials. So
yeah, tape it up and go, right?
That's right. So somewhere on that kickoff, Patrick Feely got an elbow or something right on his lip. You can see the blood. So both teams have been pulled off to the sideline. And it's a chance for Southern Illinois to try to regroup. The Salukis went into this game saying we want to control time of possession.
The line of scrimmage.
The line of scrimmage, the run game. And yet when you're down 27-0 in the first quarter, you can't worry about hanging on to the football.
0 for 3 right now if you include turnovers in that. You know, everything that Keel had talked about yesterday, you know, it is not to come for Southern Illinois. I mean, they have 2 first downs in the first quarter. have yet to cross midfield. You've got two backs, that are converging in on 1,000 yards apiece.
Well, Patrick Feely gets a nice hand from the Delaware crowd because he's going to run back
being
on
a ref
the football
sometimes.
field.
These guys get involved and sometimes get hit by the quarterback when they're inside right behind the defensive linebackers.
Patrick Feely says, hey, you got to suck it up.
Tape it and go.
It's the playoffs. First down and 10. Sambursky tucks it and runs. And what a great open field tackle by Chris Mooney, the defensive end. And Scott, you said that the defensive front for Delaware is one of the strengths of this team. You see the speed in the open field, even of your defensive end Mooney.
Without a doubt. You talk about Mooney, you talk about Parks, we've beaten Johnson into the ground. But that was a great job by Sambursky here. If you take a look at it, off the play fake, he's looking for his receiver. He's not ready for it. Feels the pressure converging around him. And it was a good decision. He got some positive yardage in that, sets up a 2nd and 3.
Matthew Limegrove, the offensive coordinator for Southern Illinois, said the key to Sambursky's success is we don't ask him to throw the football that much. Well, now they do, and Hagerbrook delivers a huge hit on Courtney Abbott.
Nice read by Sidney Hagerbrook coming up on the quick pass. You could see Southern Illinois all of a sudden in the spread offense, a single back, saying, hey, we have to start throwing the football. But you got Sambursky already looking to the left, giving a little key to Hagerbrook there to make a nice quick break on the ball. He's looking left all the way. Need a little bit of a more vertical passing game here for Southern Illinois to get back in this one.
3rd down and 2. Hagerbrook rollout, but it closes quickly. Nowhere near the first down. Ben Cross makes that hit. Backup defensive end, stopping Sambursky short of the first down.
Phenomenal job by Delaware on the left side of the defense. Initially taking away the option. I mean, they already had somebody in the backfield waiting for the pitch. All Sambursky could do was turn it up, try and get some positive yardage.
Delaware takes its 3rd and final timeout of the first half before the first quarter expires here. The last time that Delaware took a timeout, they set up their punt block formation and got a touchdown out of it. So
maybe they aren't having personnel problems. Maybe they're setting up a little punt return here.
18 seconds left in the first quarter. Delaware has 3 touchdowns on offense and 1 on special teams. That 27 comes because there was a bad snap on an extra point. They weren't able to convert, but everything else has gone Delaware's way.
You can see the 2 Delaware players. It was a substitution problem. They said it wasn't me. You see them pointing at each other. It's never you, Always blame it on the other guy.
But Casey Keeler right there in the middle of that huddle is telling his guys, hey, we're up 27-0.
Let's drive that nail home.
Right, can't let up at this point. There's still 3 quarters of football to play. This isn't the 4th.
And he was very genuine in that yesterday. He talked about laying your heart and soul out on the field. Talk about the cage match. Winner takes all. Play to your death. And that's coming from an ex-player. That's what's great. You hire an in-house guy, former Delaware player. He puts that little bit extra into, a phenomenal job of coaching what he's already done.
And Casey Keeler's Blue Hens are up 27-0 in the first. Let's see if he sends the Gunners after the punt block again. Kettlecamp gets it away this time, and it's a good punt with the win. Hagerbrook will let it roll out of bounds.
Did that wisely.
At the 21-yard line. This is the first time that Delaware has started anywhere near the 20-yard line, its own 20-yard line. They got the football twice off of fumbles, and then, of course, the punt block for a touchdown. They've had great field position all day long.
Well, not only is Andy Hall happy, but Kirk Shiraka, the offensive coordinator, it's a much easier game to call when you're not pinned back inside your own 20 like Southern Illinois has been. It's an easier game to call. You have everything at your disposal, your whole arsenal of weapons.
So 1st and 10 for Delaware from the 21. Play clock down to 9-8.
Hall just changed the play.
Hand off to Jenkins, and he gets about 4 yards out to the 25. And that will be the final play of the first quarter. And what a first quarter. Standing ovation from the Blue Hen fans, because after 15 minutes of play, it's already 27-0 Delaware on Southern Illinois. Still plenty of football left in Newark. in the 1AA championships.
Need to upgrade your computer skills? John A. Logan College offers Windows networking to help you prepare for certification. The Information System Security course will help you identify potential intrusions and solutions. Courses in web page design, PowerPoint presentations, and other Microsoft Office applications are also available. Computer support and networking and computer application specialist degrees are also available. Contact Carla Bradley at John A. Logan College for more information.
Sometimes being out in your own backyard helps you see things clearly. And you look across the country. First you see energy shortages, then everything else that's going on there. And then you look right here at our local electric co-op. We know the people at our co-op. We know how they do business. We know the owners because, well, we're the owners. I guess the difference comes down to one thing. The people have the power.
When we shine as one.
Hi, First Cellular can get you out of 2003 for free.
Yeah, with free activation.
You mean free first month of service?
No, the free phone
Don't
offer.
forget, only First Cellular offers unlimited anytime minutes all across Southern Illinois. But the free month is what gets you out of 2003 for free.
And the free
I don't know what they mean, what I'm arguing about. It's simple. Visit any First Cellular store and get the best wireless plan in Southern Illinois.
How could you beat that?
Oh, shut up.
If you're a Southern Illinois fan, you might want to turn your eyes away from the TV screen because it has been all Delaware in the first quarter. Beginning of the second quarter, it's Delaware football again, but the worst field position of the day for the Blue Hens. Football at Delaware's own 25. And this was the umpire who needed a little more medical attention after he got popped in the lip pretty good. But good to see that Patrick Feely is
feeling better.
Feeling better.
No pun intended.
More motion on the line. No flag this time, but it's another run for Antoine Jenkins near another first down. Let's check in with Mike at the CSTV Fieldhouse.
Carter, two other 1AA playoff games underway. Colgate leading UMass 13-7 in the second. Jamal Branch is a 2-yard touchdown run. J.B. Gerald a 13-yard touchdown catch. Wofford leads North Carolina A&T 7-0. Let's go back to Delaware.
UMass coach Mark Whipple was very vocal about not feeling that his team should have had to play that game against Colgate on the road, and yet Whipple and the UMass Minutemen down early on to Colgate from the Patriot League. First down here for Delaware.
They lost 3 in the 3 overtime game to Delaware, which eventually was for the conference. Gave Delaware the nod. But if you just look at the point of attack today, Delaware is just killing them right now at the point of attack. Both sides of the line of scrimmage, offensively and defensively. It's just a total mismatch right now.
And it's another first down for Delaware, now out to the 35-yard line.
Back to the spread formation.
Andy Hall, the Georgia Tech transfer. Shotgun pass. That would have been a break for Southern Illinois as Eric Egan got a hand on the football but couldn't make the pick. Intended receiver was Justin Long.
Threw that one to Justin Long. He had Joe Blymeyer on the outside. It was maybe a little bit more open, but Hall elected to try and zink it in the hole right there.
Second down and 10, still the no-huddle spread offense. No trouble catching the football so far today for Andy Hall out of this shotgun snap. That could be a factor. No running room up the middle for Antoine Jenkins, so it's third down and long for Delaware. So you see the Blue Hen offense, shotgun, no-huddle spread. And if you have ever seen Delaware football over the past 50 years, this is a shock to you, because this is obviously a team that is used to running what's called the Delaware wing T. I mean, the classic run formation, inside give, veer football, and here they are with a no-huddle spread offense.
And that's one thing Keeler said when he first got here. That's the type of personnel, the type of players they had. So they needed these transfers like Hall to come in and be able to run his offense. That's a nice pass. That was probably Hall's best pass of the day.
Dropped over the middle by Justin Long, but I think a Saluki hand may have gotten on that football. Frank Johnson, the Rover, one of the 3 safeties, back in coverage for Southern Illinois.
Watch the blitz pickup right here on the left side, but look at the timing by Hall. The anticipation of the receiver to make his break. Justin Long just didn't get his head around quick enough to see the football.
First punt of the day for Delaware. Nice punt. Another fumble.
Gosh.
This one's on the bottom of the pile.
I think they got it back. They got it back.
Yes, they did. Southern Illinois gets a football back. They've lost 2 fumbles already today, have the Salukis, both converted into touchdowns for Delaware.
He's kind of lost his footing on that one. His feet slipped out, but the Salukis have got to get their head in this football game. Talk about concentration, watching the football, catching it with your hands. A lot of times these guys, when it gets cold, they tend to catch it in their body. It ricochets off their pads.
Another chance here for the Saluki offense to get it going, down 27-0.
Guys thought you could use a Coke.
CSTV, the new home of college sports, brings you the ultimate college sports fantasy sweepstakes.
What is your ultimate college sports fantasy?
The Rose Bowl. Frozen 4.
I want to see Iowa State go against Ohio, okay?
It's an all-expenses-paid trip for 2 to the college sporting event of your choice.
Any game? I like to go see Army-Navy. Definitely Big East. Notre Dame versus Michigan at Notre Dame.
Enter now by logging on to CSTV.com for the ultimate college sports fantasy sweepstakes.
CSTV rocks!
The Yukon Huskies take on the Pepperdine Waves Friday at 11, only on CSTV.
My favorite college sports moment is when BU beat BC in the Beanpot.
My favorite college moment was when OSU won the national championship in college football this year.
Log on to CSTV.com and tell us your favorite college sports moment.
I watch my Buckeye football on CSTV.
The Southern Illinois Salukis are averaging 39 points per game, 3rd in all of 1AA football, and yet USI down 27-0 early in the second quarter. Trying to change that. The tight end pass has been the most effective offensive weapon, this time complete to Micah Turner, the 8th catch of the season for the sophomore tight end.
Nice job by Simberski looking it off. He looked to the left, allowed his tight end to work the middle of the field. It's about the only open spot on that Delaware defense right now. So starting to make some adjustments. Hopefully they'll be able to get something cranked up, get it going, give them some confidence.
First down and 10. Southern Illinois has yet to cross midfield in this football game. 12:33 to go before the half. Abdul Kadir trying to get outside. Abdul Kadir finally across midfield.
Every yard he got it himself. What a run.
Muhammad Abdul Kadir with 954 rushing yards on the season.
Taking a look, it's just a basic lead draw to the left. Watch Abdul Kadir right here. That's why they call him Lightning. Able to make people miss. 2, 3. 3 guys miss on that one. So you can see the potential that they have, in that backfield once they get it cranked up. Spread formation again.
There's a whistle on this play. and maybe more motion on the Southern Illinois offensive line. Let's check in with Mindy Bach.
Well, Sean Johnson, the defensive end for Delaware, is not in right now, and his parents, Bob and Judy, say that that is not unusual. They like to take him out for a series or two to give him a little bit of a rest, and up 27-0, they can certainly do that. And obviously, your son is very accomplished, not only athletically, but academically. Did you ever have any idea when he was growing up that he would be as determined as he is and he'd be where he is today?
Well, actually, we realized at a very early age that he was going to be a great student and a great athlete. Everything he does, he just excels. He just works so hard.
He had a lot of personal success while he was at Duke, but not a lot of team success. Now to come here to Delaware for a year, have the chance to play for a national championship. What changes have you seen in him about this season?
Well, it's a lot more fun winning. I mean, we had a lot of good times at Duke and a lot of good teammates and memories, but his high school team, we were 24-2 over 2 years and won a state championship. So this is the kind of football that he's used to, playing for Coach Keeler, and it being in a winning program. He's really happy.
Yeah, and Delaware fans have a lot more to be happy about, because we understand you have a younger son who would like to come to Delaware as a senior in high school, correct?
Yes, we do. His name is Eric Johnson. He's a quarterback and a lineman as well.
You guys could have many more years here in these stands.
We're hoping so, absolutely.
Hey, Judy and Bob Johnson, thank you very much. So let's go back to you guys.
Thank you very much, Mindy. On second down, it's Sean Johnson getting some pressure. That leads to an interception. Chris Mooney back to the 35. Fumble of the football, though, at the end of the play. But they're going to say that Mooney was down. And it's Delaware football on the third turnover of the day by Southern Illinois.
You know, we're talking about Sambursky in a pregame. You know, one of the bonuses of having him is he doesn't turn the football over. All of a sudden, his first half, you know, a little over one quarter play, he's got 2 key turnovers. But you just look at the way this defensive line, Mooney right there reads the screen. He was initially rushing, he drops off. Sambursky just floats it into the middle, picks it off. Another huge turnover for Delaware. They're forcing turnovers today on defense and on special teams.
The first career interception for Chris Mooney, the junior from Huntington, New York, and just the 6th interception thrown this season by Joel Sambursky. So once again, a short field for the Delaware offense, already up 27-0. Give to Bennett up the middle for 3 yards.
Delaware does a good job substituting their backs, giving Bennett a breather.
Let's check in with Mike at the CSTV Fieldhouse.
Carter and Scott, a little update on what's going on with Wisconsin lacrosse and the Eagles and the Mount Union Purple Raiders. And Mount Union rallying from a 7-0 deficit. Anthony Frey, a 48-yard interception return for a touchdown. They're up by 7.
Here it's 27-0 Delaware, and the Blue Hens moving the football again. Wow! Shouldered down, Sean Blyler picks up another first down for the Blue Hens.
Defensive back's going to remember who that was. Gets to check his license plate as he runs over him and runs by.
Frank Johnson gets bowled over, and that's a new school record with 202 completions on this season for Andy Hall. He breaks the record held by Rich Gannon in 1986 when Gannon was the Delaware quarterback. This will be a third down because not quite to the first. This time Bennett gets it, though. Nice tackle on the play by Jimmy Akisanya, but a first down nonetheless for Delaware. So Andy Hall with 202 completions on this season breaks Rich Gannon's single season school record.
Hall just does a great job setting up play action. You know, the play preceding that to set up the first down. Great play faker.
Andy Hall out of Shirah, South Carolina. We visited with him earlier this year.
Very accurate.
And went to Georgia Tech. After 2 years, decided to transfer, and in part because of Rich Gannon and the quarterback success here at Delaware, Hall decided to become a Blue Hen. So here he is leading the Delaware Blue Hens in the 1AA championships and leading them very well. Atlantic 10 Player of the Year. And there has been no sign of a severely separated left shoulder for Andy Hall today.
Not only that, the guy hasn't even been touched yet. So you want to talk about how effective is he going to be? You can keep players 3 yards away and he can stand flat-footed in the pocket. They're getting great passing lanes. They're using them in play action. You got a back like Bennett that can run and bounce it outside. It's an easy day for him so far.
Andy Hall has 2nd down and 10 here. Blitz coming again from Southern Illinois. Hall sees it. Quick completion to Ingram. Short of the 1st down, but it makes 3rd down a lot easier.
Great job by Jermaine Bennett, again picking up the blitz on the left side. Taking a look at the replay from the end zone. Just watch the timing of it. Hall gets it. 1-2, step, boom. Ball is out. I mean, Southern Illinois doesn't have a chance to break on the ball. When you can get it that quickly, get it out of your hands, you're at a great advantage.
So it's 3rd down and 4 here for Delaware. Play clock winding down. 5 seconds, 4 seconds for the Blue Hens. Inside give, another 1st down. Inside the 5, touchdown Delaware. Jermaine Bennett with another touchdown for the Blue Hens.
A lot of players on that defense giving up right now. Standing around. 2 guys had a shot to make that play.
.805 to go before the half, and it's 33-0 Delaware.
I mean, great job by Delaware. It's run, pass, pass. I mean, there's no tendency right now. They're not heavy on one side or the other at all.
2nd rushing touchdown of the day for Jermaine Bennett, 14th of the season. Schushman PAT is good, and it is 34-0 Delaware on Southern Illinois. The 3rd-ranked team in 1AA football has a 34-0 lead on Southern Illinois, a team that is supposed to be the number 4 team in the nation. Passing, running, special teams, and defense, all for the Delaware Blue Hens.
For electrical construction that's on time, on budget, and the very highest quality, make the quality connection. Hire a union-certified electrical contractor. Union electricians are classroom trained and tested, and they serve extensive apprenticeships before they're certified. Whether it's complex industrial construction or residential wiring, make the quality connection.
For a free safety guide and list of union contractors in your area, call 1-800-252-8922.
AAAHC certification, the symbol of the continuing growth and success in healthcare, has been awarded to Southern Illinois Orthopedic Center. SIOC has a proven commitment to providing excellence in business practices and the highest level of quality patient care. Only through the constant hard work and dedication of the surgery center staff and physicians has SIOC been awarded such an honor. Southern Illinois Orthopedic Center, where state-of-the-art medicine meets hometown care.
The racy new 2004 Suzuki Ario. It has the most standard horsepower in its class. And has America's #1 warranty. Those are powerful statements at such an affordable price. The Ario. Make the smart move to Suzuki.
See the new Suzukis at Foley Schweitzer Motors in Marion and Foley Schweitzer in Benton.
It's not going the way that the Salukis had hoped, but today does mark the first playoff appearance for Southern Illinois in 20 years. CSTV welcomes those of you watching a special presentation of this game on WSIL TV in Carterville, Illinois. And yet, the score is Delaware 34, Southern Illinois nothing. The Salukis have turned the football over 3 times, and give the Blue Hens credit because all 3 times Delaware has put it in the end zone.
Yeah, they have. And I mean, they are forcing turnovers. We talked about it on special teams, on defense. And if you look at the wind now, I think the wind is actually picked up, if that is possible. It's got to be blowing 35 to 40 right now, but it is not affecting the passing game of Delaware. Andy Hall right now is 8 of 12 for 69 yards. Very effective. And the passes that were dropped, they were right on the money.
Squib kick for Schushman. Little hit hard, down at the 23.
Taking another look at Hall in the shotgun on the touchdown again. It's just a basic sprint draw. It's a great run by Jermaine Bennett. Breaks 2 tackles. Southern Illinois just standing around on defense right now.
And yet this Salukis team, even though they're ranked number 4, 10-1, co-champs in the Gateway Football Conference, They are ahead of schedule on the rebuilding program under Jerry Kill. I mean,
well ahead.
This is a team with only 7 seniors, as you said. They thought they were probably a year away from the playoffs.
As a player, you do have to be shocked. Like you said before, I mean, they're averaging a little over 39 points per game.
Sambursky forced into passing on first down, and that could have been picked again because the pass was too high.
You know, when you take a look at this is a 20, 25-yard pass downfield. That's tough to do in a win like this. It looked pretty accurate once it left his hand. Taking a look from the end zone right here. He steps up nice in the pocket. You know, that's a catchable ball. I mean, when you got wind like this and you're down, you got to give your quarterback some help. Get up, make the grab. He got one hand on it. I used to play for a coach named Parcells, and he said, if you touch it, you catch it.
What was his name?
Bill Parcells.
Huh. Play clock at 0. Southern Illinois gets away with one there because they didn't get that play off in time. And sure enough, Casey Keeler is pointing that fact out to our officiating crew that
it's just no stopping Keeler.
0. Yeah. But that's what a good coach does.
That's
I mean,
right.
It doesn't matter if you're up 34-0 in the second quarter.
It's a tough thing. What do you say to your football team if you're Casey Keeler at halftime to keep them focused going into that second half?
Well, even tougher, what do you say for Jerry Kill at Southern Illinois here in the middle of the second quarter, down 34-0? What do you say to those guys on the sideline? Keep playing football.
You kind of hope you don't have a halftime. Hope you just keep playing. I've been in games like that. That's tough to do.
Timeout for Southern Illinois, so a chance to tell you that on Sunday, December 7th, Sunday, 8 Eastern, CSTV brings you live coverage of the NCAA Men's Water Polo Championship. Watch the 2 best teams in the country as they battle it out for an NCAA trophy. It's the NCAA Men's Water Polo Championship, and it's only on CSTV, the new home of college sports. And from what I understand, the athletes playing water polo and the speed of that game are absolutely amazing.
Did you ever tread water?
Not very long, not as long as those guys.
It's not a lot of fun. Not that I've done it or anything, but just can imagine the endurance that those guys have to have in a physical condition that their bodies have to be in.
And here on CSTV, we bring it all to you. NCAA championships in football here in the 1AA playoffs. NCAA men's water polo championships. You get it all on the new home of college sports. Southern Illinois facing 3rd down and 10. They've yet to convert on a 3rd down today. Play action. Sambursky's going to roll. He has some running room. Beats Mulhern. Gets the 1st down.
That's a late hit. Yep,
Here comes the flag. Late hit by Mondo Davis.
Nah, that's a poor decision right there. I don't know why they're booing. The quarterback was clearly out of bounds. You got to protect the quarterback.
There's running room on the left side for Sambursky, and that's going to bring 15 more yards onto the end of this play because of the personal foul late hit. Look at the explanation from referee Mike Pavis.
Personal foul on the defense. 15-yard penalty from the end of the run. Automatic 1st down.
You said it as soon as he made that hit, Scott. Late hit out of bounds.
Oh, yeah, you can see it out of here. Yeah, it easily had 1 step out of bounds, maybe 2.
Southern Illinois will take anything they can get at this point, though.
Exactly.
The Salukis across midfield for just the 2nd time today with 7:40 to go before halftime. No running room for Abdul Qadir. The penetration straight up the gut for Delaware.
I mean, unbelievable job by Delaware, able to stay in gaps, shoot gaps.
Keandre Hepburn is the guy who shot that gap.
I mean, when you're a defensive player and you're able to establish your point of attack in their backfield, I mean, they have no chance. I mean, right now you look at it again, it's 2nd and long. It's a tough football game to call.
And this is the strength of the Southern Illinois team. Running the football, making those blocks, getting the ground game going. Something they have not done today. Blitz coming from Delaware. 2nd down and 9. Sambursky to the end zone, overthrowing Brent Little. Incomplete.
Yeah, Brent Little, he's averaging over 18 yards a catch. They haven't got him really involved in the offense yet. And if you look at the other receiver, Courtney Abbott, he's a 6'6" guy in these corners for Delaware. The tallest one's 5'10". They have yet to try and get the ball downfield to him.
Just 83 yards of total offense for Southern Illinois so far in the first half.
Courtney Abbott just came into the game, number 16. He's the 6'6" receiver.
The score is 34-0 Delaware on Southern Illinois. This is third down. Sambursky, 5-step drop complete. Seam route over the middle.
That's a nice over-under play right there, but what a jump Sean Johnson got on that snap count. He was as close to being offsides as you can get.
So it's a first down for Southern Illinois, and the Salukis are finally putting together a drive.
Yeah, this is their deepest penetration into Delaware territory as of yet.
Now 93 yards of total offense for Southern Illinois. So trying to get some momentum going and obviously get some points on the board before the half.
Probably start trying to run Abdul Kadir a little more right now once they're down in the red area.
1st and 10, just to get this play clock off. It's Kutsis running up the middle, wrapped up by Mondo Davis. Let's check in with Mike at the CSTV Fieldhouse.
Carter and Zoe, a little update on the SEC. Georgia, 5th in the country, 17-3 lead. They hope to win and find a Tennessee loss and give them the SEC East. Tennessee trailing Kentucky 7-3 right now. Tennessee needing Georgia and Florida to lose to stay on the hunt for a BCS berth. Now back to you.
Thank you very much, Mike. So the wild SEC East. Play action, Sambursky to the sideline. Another first down. Forced out of bounds is Courtney Abbott. But he does get out of bounds.
First catch for Abbott, the guy we've been talking about. Looks like they're starting to get him involved in the offense. You got a target at 6'6". This is the area you want to use him in that red zone with maybe a fade pass coming up or try and free him up on a post route over the middle. These DBs for Delaware, they are not tall guys. Their tall guys are up front. Sean Johnson, Mooney, Parks.
What do you think the Salukis are doing on this drive that's enabled them to move the football?
Well, first down pickups. That's the key. They're not in 3rd and long. The whole first quarter and a half, they've been in 3rd and 12, 3rd and 13, not turning the football over. It's a nice run by Kutsos right there.
Finds a hole somewhere in the middle of that gap before Sidney Hagerbrook can bring him down. Kutsos is the guy who is the Gateway Conference's all-time leading rusher.
It's a nice job just using his blocks, turning his legs. He's the thunder part of that thunder and lightning.
4,688 career rushing yards coming into today, and yet he's the number 2 back for Southern Illinois behind Muhammad Abdul Kadir, a junior college transfer. And it's Abdul Kadir on 2nd down, diving forward near the 10, near a Southern Illinois first down.
Yeah, there's not a lot of yards up inside on this defense. The yardage that Southern Illinois off the run have gotten was the bounce plays, stretching it, waiting to find a crease, find some daylight, and then boom, stick it up inside.
Muhammad Abdul Kadir, a senior from St. Louis, Missouri. This is the first game back after Ramadan, the Muslim fasting period in daylight hours between dawn and dusk. He can't have anything to drink or anything to eat. So Abdul Kadir trying to get his strength back. Now after Ramadan, he picks up the first down there.
That was a nice run on his part. He was stopped initially behind the line of scrimmage. Looks like it's going to be close. No, they did get it. Nice little drive the Salukis have going right here. That's the key right there. You know, 3rd and half yard, 3rd and 1. That's why they're sustaining drives, moving the sticks. When you have a running attack like that, that's easy pickup for them.
And this will be first down and goal from the 10-yard line for Southern Illinois.
Look at this, got Abbott outside right here, one-on-one with about a 5'8" DB. Just throw it up to him.
And yet, Sambursky fumbles the football. Delaware on top of the football. What a huge hit by Chris Mooney on the quarterback, Sambursky. That ball came shooting out of there.
I don't know what was going on. Abbott was stock blocking the defensive back in the end zone, and it looked like Sambursky was on the bootleg looking to throw him the football, but he was blocking the whole way. You see Sambursky here on the boot. He's looking for Abbott right now, but Abbott's blocking. Right there, he steps up, makes the play on Sambursky.
It's Leon Clark who makes that hit.
Leon Clark makes the hit.
This is a cornerback putting that hit on the quarterback.
These Delaware players can stick you.
Mooney gets on top of the football. The 4th turnover of the day for Southern Illinois. Just when the Salukis were getting a drive together, the 3rd fumble that they have lost on the day.
That's a backbreaker right there. Drive down, 1st and goal inside the 10.
Scott, as you said, they had 2 options on that play. Could have thrown the football to Abbott in one-on-one, or Sambursky running the football can either slide, he can get out of bounds, he can dive for the end zone. Instead, he takes a huge hit from Leon Clark and fumbles the football.
I mean, you look at the turnovers right now, Southern Illinois, 4 of them. That's not even including the pump block that Delaware got for the touchdown.
And the first 3 turned into touchdowns. A little tougher spot here for Delaware. Just over 3 minutes to go before the half.
It's just a matter of chewing up the clock right now, punting, getting out of your own territory. Pick up the first down.
Have you ever seen in a playoff game things be so one-sided in the first half as they are for Delaware right now?
No, not at all. Especially when you talk about Southern Illinois averaging 39 points coming into this game. I thought we were going to be looking at a 42-35 type game. But I've never seen something. I mean, but that's Delaware dictating the tempo. You know, they're bringing the wood, they're hitting you, making sticks, causing turnovers. They set the tone for this football game right off the bat.
Another inside give to Antoine Jenkins. However, Scott Zolak, the former Maryland Terrapin quarterback, you know all about great comebacks in college football, as the Maryland Terrapins
Frank
made
Reich
one.
does.
Right?
That's right.
Leaving that great
Still one
Maryland
of the
quarterback.
Yeah, but you're talking about Delaware. This is one of the best uniforms in college football.
One of the great helmets in college football.
The helmet.
Yeah, well-traveled.
Tradition you don't change in the last 30 years, 40 years.
2nd down and 7. If you're wondering about these helmets, we're going to give you a reason to tune in the second half, because in the CSTV trivia, these helmets for Delaware, the Blue Hens, with that claw-type look. Now, you're going to remember that these look like Michigan. That's obvious. But the question for you, and don't give them the answer yet, Scott.
No.
In the second half, we're going to answer who was the originator of the claw helmets that the Delaware Blue Hens and Michigan Wolverines wear.
Team-wise, right?
Team-wise, correct.
Okay.
And if you can come up with the coach who originated them, you get an extra smiley face on your CSTV report card.
Or an extra CSTV hat and coffee mug.
If you have the answer and you have both the coach and the helmet, email bstone@cstv.com. bstone@cstv.com. If you have both the coach and the team who originated that helmet. We're going to tell you in the second half, but we'll see if Billy Stone will send you a hat or a t-shirt if you get the correct answer.
Back to return for Southern Illinois, number 22.
You have to get the coach, though. 1:08 before the half, and this could be another penalty against Southern Illinois.
Yeah, Delaware did move there,
yeah,
but it's that one-man rule. Southern Illinois initiated on the line of scrimmage. Once a defensive player makes a move towards your offensive lineman who's kind of out on an island by himself, if the offense moves, that call goes on the defense for initializing the infraction.
And yet they call it on the offense.
They may have been the center, having a little glitch in the snap there.
So that's false start against Delaware.
Is that their first penalty of the football game?
I believe it is.
That is. Comes at 1 minute left in the first half. Oh yeah, we had the personal foul.
Yep, second penalty against Delaware. So this will be the first time that they have not converted a turnover into a touchdown. Have to punt here.
Get away.
That was a dangerous pickup of the football because
the blockers, the two
right.
deep blockers had no clue where the football was. As a returner, you've got to alert them where the ball is. That could easily hit one of their foots and be a turnover.
The Fighting Blue Hens have a 34-0 lead less than a minute before halftime on CSTV.
The leaves are falling and so are the prices. At Ron Ward Chevrolet Oldsmobile in Heron during the spectacular fall savings sale going on now. Get a 2003 Impala, just $19,900 or $343 a month. A 2003 Silverado, only $16,200 or $268 a month. Or a 2004 Cavalier for just $9,950 or $164 a month. Our lots are overloaded. Hurry! These falling prices won't last long. Only at Ron Ward Chevrolet Oldsmobile, Route 148 in Heron, Illinois.
Need to upgrade your computer skills? John A. Logan College offers Windows networking to help you prepare for certification. The Information System Security course will help you identify potential intrusions and solutions. Courses in web page design, PowerPoint presentations, and other Microsoft Office applications are also available. Computer support and networking and computer application specialist degrees are also available. Contact Carla Bradley at John A. Logan College for more information.
Imagine the shapes, the styles, the colors of Prestige cabinets, proudly providing the finest quality cabinets at the best value in the industry. Prestige cabinets from Southside Lumber deliver the beauty and strength of real wood in over 2,200 wood, stain, and door style combinations. Building or remodeling, there's only one name you'll need to know.
Southside Lumber! Southside Lumber.
All Delaware Blue Hens, the number 2 seed, number 3 ranked team as far as the polls are concerned. Southern Illinois, the way that NCAA does it in 1AA football, Southern Illinois officially doesn't have a seed. That pass is tipped and incomplete. But yet, if you look at the latest Sports Network CSTV poll, Southern Illinois is ranked number 4. So in the first round of the playoffs, we have 3 versus 4. And guess who's getting the better of that matchup? The number 3 ranked, second seeded Delaware Blue Hens up 34-0 on Southern Illinois before the half.
Sean Johnson had a nice deflection on that last play. You see the jump he gets on the outside again.
Muhammad Abdul-Qadir brought down after a short gain. At halftime, we'll take you to the CSTV Fieldhouse in New York, where Mike Crispino, Aaron Taylor, and Villanova head coach Andy Talley will bring you up to date on today's action in college football. And a very disappointed Andy Talley after his Villanova Wildcat team was ranked in the top 5 for much of the year, and yet
started out 7-1, and all of a sudden lost 4 of the last 5.
With that tough A-10 schedule, including against Delaware.
Lost to Delaware 20-17 last week. The game Andy Hall came back. He was injured early in.
Abdul-Qadir out to the 40-yard line. Clock will stop with 12 seconds before the end of the half. And some signs of life, though, here. Timeout for Southern Illinois. Signs of life towards the end of this first half.
Yeah, these last 2 drives by the Salukis. You're starting to see Abdul-Qadir to get his motor going. Good clock management here. Take a timeout. You got 12 seconds left. Gives you enough time for 2 plays. 1 if you're going to take a shot downfield to try and get 6. You have nothing to lose here.
Southern Illinois has converted the last 4 third downs they've had, including this one by Muhammad Abdul-Qadir.
There's an end zone shot of the last run by Abdul-Qadir. It's just a lead draw. Just great movement, great foot speed. All north and south. That's the thing right there Delaware's talking about. That backs like that, they want to bounce you to the outside. But right there as he gets going north and south, gets ahead of steam going. Kid's tough to bring down.
Muhammad Abdul-Qadir transferred 2 years ago from Coffeyville Community College. He had initially planned to go to Washington State in the Pac-10, but he had a knee injury. Washington State backed off of him. So he was looking for a program to play for and ended up with then first-year coach Jerry Kill at Southern Illinois, and he has become one of the best backs in 1AA football.
Yeah, Kill never even heard of him up to that point. It was a coach from Coffeyville that had called Kill and said, hey, we got a pretty good back here. You should take a look at it. He said, okay, bring him down.
Sambursky over the middle. Intercepted, but flag on the play, though. Pass is picked off by Mike Adams. It would be his 4th interception of the season if it stands. And yet, a penalty flag on the play.
It was actually a nice throw by Sambursky. Trying to get the ball down the middle of the field. It was a cover 2. Wait and see what the call is here.
Intended for Corey Payne, a sophomore wideout from Clewiston, Florida.
It's either interference or a helmet-to-helmet hit. Taking another look at Sambursky in the pocket, under pressure. That's the second time he's put the ball down the field. Gave his receiver a chance to catch it.
Defensive holding. So defensive holding, and that's a good explanation by Mike Pavis by saying before the ball is in the air.
Previous spot.
Oh, and Payne is in pain on the sidelines for Southern Illinois. Yeah, he's having a tough time over there. But with that penalty, 5 seconds left before the half, now at the 30-yard line, and the Salukis have a crack at the end zone here.
Courtney Abbott, that's the guy. He's 6'6". Throw it up to your tallest guy.
And Courtney Abbott is split wide to the bottom of your screen. Plenty of cushion from his defender, Leon Clark. Last play of the half, complete over the middle, down to the 5, down to the 1. And yet, time has expired.
Courtney Abbott.
It's Courtney Abbott down at the 1. Time expires, though. No chance for Southern Illinois to get a timeout or to get points on the board.
Mooney gets up slow from that one.
You called it.
It's a quick hitter to Courtney Abbott right up the gut. He's got to see that goal line and try and get in.
34-0 Delaware. Let's check in with Mindy Bach.
Well, with Coach Keeler, obviously, Coach, your team been able to dominate this game in all 3 facets. What changes in the second half?
Well, you know, with the wind, a lot of things can happen. I need to keep our kids focused right now. We can't worry about playing next week. We worry about playing right now. So that's my mission. Make sure they come out very focused. With this win, you know, you get a couple of bad balls, a couple of special teams problems, and all of a sudden they're back in the ball game.
Okay, all right, thank you very much. See you second half. Let's go back to you, gentlemen.
That's Casey Killer, his Delaware Blue Hens, leading at the half, 34-0 on Southern Illinois. Now let's go to Mike Crispino at the CSTV Fieldhouse for the CSTV Football Saturday halftime.
Thank you, Carter, here on the west side of Manhattan. Mike Crispino, Andy Talley, the Villanova coach, and Aaron Taylor. And, Coach, if you go into halftime now, what kind of a speech you're going to give to this team?
Well, I think right now 4 turnovers and a blocked punt. All you have to do is say, let's play one play at a time. Let's put one touchdown in, try and get 2, play good defense, and hang on.
All right, Aaron, Kentucky throwing a little monkey wrench in the SEC, aren't they?
Yeah, Tennessee's one of those teams that, you know, needed this win today to get things going. They're not getting it done. They're making it very interesting. They got to find a way to beat Kentucky to keep that SEC.
Why do over twice as many new moms prefer Memorial Hospital of Carbondale? For caring personal attention from experienced nurses, Southern Illinois' highest level of premature birth care, and lots of large, beautiful new OB suites. So you can celebrate your baby's birthday in your own special way. To find just the right doctor or midwife, call Memorial Hospital of Carbondale and make your baby's birthday a celebration.
Integrity. Once you mention this one little word, people expect more from you. At Jim Hayes Incorporated, we're ready to meet that challenge with specially designed lease and finance plans. We want to make sure you get the vehicle you want, not the one we think you need. That means working with you, asking questions, and listening. Integrity. It's just one of the many reasons people keep coming back to Jim Hayes Incorporated in Harrisburg, Illinois.
The holiday rush is on at Barnett's Furniture. It's our largest holiday sale ever. Everything's on sale, plus save your cash with nothing down, no interest, and no payments for a whole year. Barnett's is stacked and packed with great holiday gifts at unbelievable savings. Select items 50% off. Hurry in and save because Christmas is almost here. Barnett's largest holiday sale ever, now in progress, across from the Illinois Center Mall Marion and at the 42nd Street Plaza, Mount Vernon.
710 Bookstore, you get so much more.
For over 30 years, 710 Bookstore has been a proud supporter of SIU athletics. Show your support by attending this year's events wearing licensed SIU clothing from 710 Bookstore. 710 carries a great selection of Saluki logo fashion wear, as well as gifts and souvenirs.
More at 710 Bookstore. Yeah, we give you more at 710 Bookstore.
When the world's just waking up, I'm already out on the road. There's the Beckers. Our kids play ball together. That's the new industrial park we just built lines into. If you work for a local electric co-op, you're part of the community, just like everybody else. You make every customer feel like they own the business you work for. Because in an electric co-op, They do.
Shy as one.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Halftime Report. The Salukis have turned in their worst first-half performance of the season. Dogs down 34-0 at the break. On the Salukis' first series, quarterback Joel Sambursky back, and he fumbles the football. The Blue Hens will recover. Then just a few plays later, Delaware's quarterback Andy Hall completes the pass to Justin Long, 14 yards on the play and the score, and Delaware led 7-0. Now later in the first quarter, the Blue Hens will block the Salukis' punt. Delaware recovers the ball in the end zone, and that gave Delaware a 27-0 lead, and the Salukis just not playing well at all today. They have turned the ball over 4 times in the first half, and they are down 34-0. Well, it's no secret the SIU football program was in pretty bad shape when Jerry Kill took over 3 years ago. Now, 3 seasons later, Coach Kill and his staff have the Salukis challenging for the national title. Darren Kennard sat down with SIU Athletics Director Paul Kowalczyk earlier this week to get his take on the stunning turnaround.
Well, Paul, when we talked last week, I noticed a hint of caution in your voice when you talked about we might not host a playoff game. Take me through that process. I mean, were you surprised?
I was surprised, Aaron, and also disappointed, particularly for our players who I thought worked so hard and deserved a home game, as well as Coach Kill and his staff, and the fans, because I think the fans have really responded. But in this situation, you just never know.
And what sort of explanation have you been given for this?
Well, the way the committee has sorted through the process is they take a look at geography first. They seed the first 4 teams, and after that, everybody's equal. So part of their mission is to try and save on expenses, and by doing so, they really look at geography first and foremost.
Now, Massachusetts was another school that felt like that they didn't get the good end of the deal. Their coach came out and quoted in the paper saying that he thought that there was this big conspiracy with Montana being involved in this. Do you buy into that at all?
I do not. I do not. And I spoke with 2 of the committee members, and I feel very strongly that they work hard and they do the best they can with what they have. And that's a very difficult situation, as you know. I don't think the flaw is with the committee as much as perhaps the way the system is put together. I think the NCAA should support the playoffs, and so that the teams can be seeded 1 through 16 and people go where they're supposed to go. Right now, it's based a lot on geography and bids, and I think that maybe we're emphasizing the wrong things at this point. We need to maintain the integrity of the process.
Talking to Coach Kill, he's quick to point out, hey, we're one of the 16 teams still alive. Talk about his approach, and it's been kind of that level approach each week and throughout the season. Tell me what you see in your coach.
Needless to say, I'm quite pleased and proud of the job that Coach Kill and his staff have done. He has been, this has been a rebuilding process like no other, and I've been through several of them before, Kansas State, Northwestern, and one thing that's critical to all of that is having the right coach, and there's no question we do. And Jerry's had a very measured approach. He came in this summer, he said, Paul, I don't like to lose. We've got to start winning. And I knew we were in for a good season. Now, I don't think, if you asked me in August and you asked Jerry in August if we were going to be 10-1 and in the playoffs, either of us would have told you that that's where we thought we'd be. But we're progressed, we're a little bit ahead of schedule, and again, that's because of Coach Kill, his staff, and the approach the kids have taken.
Paul, thanks for your time. This is Fluky Athletic Director Paul Kowalczyk. Dogs in Delaware, it's halftime. We'll be back after this.
Regional Medical Center, shaping the future of healthcare in the heart of Southern Illinois.
Rules are there for your safety. That's right. Riding in style.
Remix the rules, remix the flavor. New Tropical Sprite Remix.
Remix.
CSTV, the new home of college sports, brings you the ultimate college sports fantasy sweepstakes.
What is your ultimate college sports fantasy?
The Rose Bowl. Frozen Four.
I want to see Iowa State go against Ohio, okay?
It's an all-expenses-paid trip for two to the college sporting event of your choice.
Any game? I like to go see Army-Navy. Definitely Big East. Notre Dame versus Michigan at Notre Dame.
Enter now by logging on to CSTV.com for the ultimate college sports fantasy sweepstakes.
CSTV rocks!
Florida Atlantic leading Bethune-Cookman's Wildcats 17-3 in the third quarter. The first playoff appearance for Florida Atlantic in the 1AA championships in the first round. And Howard Schnellenberger and company, the Owls have the lead of 17-3. UMass and Colgate doing battle, and at halftime the Red Raiders got a touchdown run from Jamal Branch from 2 yards out. J.B. Gerald a 15-yard touchdown reception, and they have the lead 13-7 at halftime. In our game, Delaware is rolling over Southern Illinois 34-0 at halftime. We're joined by Scott Zolak, our colleague who's usually in the studio. He's at the game today with Carter Blackburn. And Scott, you saw an impressive first half, certainly from Delaware.
Yet they have over 30 points. That means they're playing with the short field. 4 turnovers they've caused, not counting the one on the kick. But, I mean, they are just beating Southern Illinois at the point of attack today.
Tell you what, I'm very, very impressed with what I've seen so far. Delaware has taken advantage of the turnover problem that Southern Illinois has had, and it looks like they haven't had a chance to get their 2 running backs to even go against the Delaware defense. And Andy Hall is everything we thought he was going to be.
You've played Andy Hall last week. You lost 20-17. That's the game he got hurt in. Are you shocked by anything you see by the amount of points that Delaware's been able to roll up in the first half?
No, I'm not surprised at all. I think they're very capable of putting 40 or 50 points on the board. They're really one of the top offensive teams in the country right now, and I think Andy Hall makes them go.
Now, talking to both coaches yesterday, they have no common opponents. As you would know, going into a game cold like this, does anything stick out that Southern Illinois can do in the second half to even maybe get back in this football game?
Well, I think they're going to have to take one series at a time, one play at a time, just try and get a touchdown, play some defense. Hopefully the wind will help them a little bit and look for some turnovers. But right now they have a long way to go considering they're a running team and not a passing team.
The absence of the fullback today, Richardson, out. He was a big piece of this offense. Carter, we've talked about him in the pregame. They haven't seemed to be able to get anything going running the football offensively. That's maybe where they missed something in that first half. Did that affect that team, maybe suspending him coming into the game?
Oh, I don't think there's any question about it. Plus, you look at the way that Delaware has, as you mentioned, with the short number of yardage offensive-wise, the most they've done against Southern Illinois. I mean, really, the Salukis haven't been completely dominated on offense. I mean, they moved the football well. The second quarter, the score was just 7-0. In favor of Delaware in the second quarter. These numbers aren't all Delaware, or at least they're not all lopsided Delaware.
If you look at the top one, that may be the most shocking, where Delaware 121-80 over Southern Illinois, but this is just based on turnovers. I mean, you turn the football over in your own red zone, you have no chance, especially in a playoff game.
And yet the most important number is Delaware 34, Southern Illinois nothing. Second half coming up.
Football fans, get ready for the 2003 NCAA Division I AA Football Championship, hosted by the Greater Chattanooga Sports and Events Committee and the University of Tennessee Chattanooga. The hard-hitting action takes place December the 19th at Finley Stadium Davenport Field in Chattanooga, Tennessee. To get your tickets, call 423-266-6627 or log on to ncaasports.com.
He knew the game better than anybody.
So how do you get people to work together?
When he didn't speak, everyone listened.
Some of the most revered, accomplished, respected, and winningest coaches of all time, and a unique bond that exists between them and their players. College Sports Television's Coach.
All All right, well, I'm with Coach Kill of Southern Illinois. Obviously difficult first half, the turnover bug really hitting you guys, but what do you say to this team? They have a lot of confidence in themselves to keep them in this game.
Well, the biggest thing is everything bad has happened to us, and we haven't had that all year, and we have a very young team, and we went in halftime. I got after them a little bit, but, you know, we started to settle down finally in the second quarter, and hopefully we can recover, but there's no question we're playing a very fine Delaware team, maybe the best team in the country.
Okay, thank you so much. Good luck to you in the second half.
Thank you.
All right, let's go back to you, Carter and Scott.
Tough chore for the Southern Illinois Salukis under Jerry Kill in the second half to come back from a 34-0 deficit here at Tubby Raymond Field in Newark, Delaware. I mean, the Blue Hens were all over that first half. It was 27-0 at the end of one, 34-0 at the break. So, Scott, how does Southern Illinois come back here in the second half?
Well, first of all, you cannot turn the football over. And this first drive is going to be key for them. They've got to stuff Delaware down in their own territory, force them to punt the ball, hopefully get it back around midfield, and then do what they did at the end of the first half. Mix up the short passes, you know, and then splash a run in here and there. I mean, they moved it well. It seemed like they settled down. They started to get some confidence going. And they have to somehow recontrol that line of scrimmage. Not that they ever had the control to begin with. And then if you're Delaware, it's at what point does this game get to where you start to put your number 2 guys in, especially a quarterback, Andy Hall? At what point is it for him not to necessarily take a cheap shot or something that may affect him the next week? Because at this point, it looks like they have this football game. Unless, I mean, it's got to be a miracle for Southern Illinois to make a comeback in this one.
Hey, miracles do happen.
They do happen, but Delaware is hitting, and they are delivering the blows at the point of attack, and are forcing turnovers.
And it's Delaware football to start the second half. A wise decision, taking the knee in the end zone for Zach Thomas. The Delaware Blue Hen offense gets the football first in the third quarter.
This wind has not let up. You can see by the kick, gets it 5 yards deep into the end zone. Delaware going against the wind right now.
Do you change game plan at all if you're Delaware to say, okay, we're up 34-0, let's run the football more so we don't throw any interceptions and give Southern Illinois a chance to get back in the football game?
Well, I don't think they're going to throw any interceptions, but I think the quarterback's too smart. No, I mean, he's too smart, but he's been making very good decisions throughout the first half. And I don't think they're calling the plays that are going to put him in a bad position is where he's throwing the ball 30 yards downfield.
And sure
as long
enough,
as they keep it short.
Yep, sure enough, shotgun snap and throwing on first down. Hall complete. Fumble of the football, though. Southern Illinois picks it up.
Here we go.
First turnover of the day for Delaware. This is how the first half started.
You jinxed them, Carter.
Yep. You're the one who said the football game was over.
You said, hey, do they change the offense right now?
Melvin Vance is the guy who made the hit.
It wasn't a big hit. He just stripped him of the football. I mean, that's your top wideout right there. You got to hang on to that football.
Nice stick. And Frank Johnson recovers that fumble. And so the Southern Illinois offense gets to go against a short field. Remember, in the first half, 3 Southern Illinois fumbles, 2 of them turned into touchdowns. So now it's Delaware turning the football over, and Muhammad Abdul-Qadir, first down handoff, picks up about 8 yards.
That's a tough run right there. This guy, once he gets going and he gets into the secondary, he can create some problems for Delaware. He did at the end of the first half. Southern Illinois seems like they have a good feel about putting the ball in the middle of the field. They had some big plays down the gut, down the stretch there in that final quarter and a half.
3 of those Southern Illinois turnovers turned into Delaware touchdowns. Now the Salukis trying to turn the tables, and it's another first down. And finally, the Southern Illinois run game is starting to pick up some yardage.
Yeah, they are, and that's an easy call right there. 2nd and short, 2nd and 3. Taking another look at the ISO right here on Abdul-Qadir. I mean, he just lowers his shoulder, gets an extra yard. You got a line as big as these guys are. You want to try and bounce him on the quick play, let him get going downhill. I mean, Delaware's just been so good in the first half about getting people free in the backfield that Abdul-Qadir really hasn't got a chance to read his blocks.
And yet the Salukis need points. First down, rollout. Sambursky. Last time this happened, it was a fumble. This time, wisely, Joel Sambursky goes down, doesn't cough up the football.
Now, on that backside, he had 2 receivers dragging across the back of the end zone. The 6'6" guy, Corey Abbott, kind of just gave up on that play right underneath the goalpost. You see her quarterback scrambling to the right side. I mean, he could have put on the jets, got across, and gave him a nice little target to loft the ball in the back corner of the end zone.
This is what happened for Delaware in the first half, playing especially with those short field and the block punt for a touchdown.
There's your 190 yards right there. Add it up.
So now Southern Illinois trying to do the same. Abdul Qadir hit near the first down at the 5-yard line. So after the fumble on the first play of the second half from scrimmage for Delaware, the Salukis are trying to use the short field to put up the first Southern Illinois points of the day.
But that fumble by Delaware, that was really only their second miscue of the game. The first coming on the late hit out of bounds on the Southern Illinois bench on the quarterback.
Mohamed Abdul Qadir on this drive goes over 1,000 yards rushing for the season, now at 1,012 yards. The senior from St. Louis, Missouri, who transferred from Coffeyville Community College to play for the Southern Illinois Salukis, and what a 2-year career in Carbondale for Abdul Qadir.
He's done that despite missing 2 games with a leg injury. Tom Koutsos isn't far behind.
That will be a first down for Southern Illinois. Tom Koutsos, the Thunder part of that Thunder and Lightning backfield, approaching 1,000 yards himself. 941 on the day, and Koutsos has just 11 yards rushing, so 952 on the season for Tom Koutsos.
Get a 1st and goal at the 5. I'd be surprised if they even threw it on these 4 downs.
Abdul Qadir up the middle, near the goal line, stopped short, but looks like he got to the 2. This is the guy that's supposed to be the quick scat back, and he's taking some pretty good hits up the middle.
Yeah, well, he looks like he's the Thunder part. Put an extra fullback in the backfield. This is their goal line offense, trying to get a hat on the hat. But he's pretty much just getting all these yards on his own.
63 yards rushing on the day for Abdul Qadir on 15 carries.
Koutsos is the up back right now.
3 backs, hand off to Koutsos, hit hard by Mulhern, short of the goal line. That'll bring up 3rd and goal.
Nice hit by Mulhern. Talking to Keeler yesterday, he loves the instincts of this guy, Mulhern, number 44. Said he doesn't have to coach him. His brother Dan was his team captain last year. Take a look at Mulhern right here, filling the hole. I mean, those inside linebackers, they have it tough. They're taking on the guards with the first shot. They have centers coming down on them, getting double teamed all the time, especially in a goal line offense.
3rd and goal. Southern Illinois has converted its last 4 third-down opportunities. This one is a big one.
Got to try to get to the corner here.
Koutsos, touchdown, Southern Illinois. And the Salukis are on the board on the first offensive possession of the second half.
That was a nice run. He followed both of his fullbacks to the left side. They ran that off tackle. Take a look at it from the ground level here. Initially hit at the line of scrimmage, drives it into the end zone. Gives them some confidence now. Now they got to start playing well on defense.
14th rushing touchdown of the season for Tom Koutsos comes off the Delaware turnover. So Southern Illinois gets a much-needed touchdown early in the 3rd. PAT is good, and the Salukis are on the board. 34-7 is our score, but Southern Illinois trying to claw its way back into the game on CSTV.
No BCS. No arguments. It's all decided on the field. One national champion. It's CSTV Football Saturday. Winner moves on. Loser goes home. Live coverage of the Division III quarterfinals. Next Saturday on CSTV, the new home of college sports. Log on to CSTV.com for more details.
Education, the knowledge or skill obtained or developed by a learning process.
School is the most important thing, and hopefully I'll be a coach somewhere and working with kids and stuff.
We were all, given an opportunity to come to college because of football. With that, we were given an opportunity to get a good education.
Education is definitely important. No matter how good you are, you never know when you're going to be done playing.
NCAA football, a lifetime of opportunity.
Student athletes have always played a prominent role in Olympic history. Some have gone on to become legends. CSTV's U.S. Olympic Pursuit, the first year-round television series to provide dedicated broadcast coverage to all 39 Olympic sports, showcasing America's future Olympic champions. College Sports Television's U.S. Olympic Pursuit, where the pursuit of the gold begins.
Thanksgiving weekend in Newark, Delaware, and it's the Blue Hens up 34-7. Happy Thanksgiving to all of you and yours, from all of us, from Scott Zolak especially.
That's right.
He carved the turkey at home in Massachusetts on
You were in
Thursday.
Austin?
I was in Kerrville, Texas.
You were in Austin, I was in Boston.
That's right. Down at the 15, you're watching CSTV, the first 24-hour college sports network. CSTV carries over 25 men's and women's collegiate sports and provides the most in-depth coverage of over 1,100 colleges and universities. CSTV also takes you outside the lines with programming such as Coach and Nike Training Camp. Log on to CSTV.com for more information. CSTV, the new home of college sports. I said carving.
Carving.
You fried that sucker.
Fried, deep fried, bake. We had a
Wait a
prime
second.
rib.
You're from Pennsylvania. What do you know about deep frying a turkey? I mean, that's a southern thing.
Pennsylvania, that's pretty much kielbasa and sauerkraut and all that. I'd be eating that if I was home. But, you know, it's the old traditional New England baked turkey.
Hall roll out left side on the designed run.
Took the shot with his right shoulder there.
Right. Because the left shoulder has a third-degree separation.
Exactly. This is a big series for Delaware. Sometimes here we see Andy Hall on the fake. Is it just enough to get that linebacker to bite inside and take a look at the running back? Still has yet to take a shot on that left shoulder.
He's been effective passing and running the football today. Andy Hall for Delaware, the Atlantic 10 Offensive Player of the Year after transferring from Georgia Tech. Bennett up the middle. That's a first down.
Delaware still mixing up the cadence. It's a long, hard count. Sometimes when you steamroll a team 34-0 in the first half, one of the worst things that can happen to you is a halftime. You get in there, you get complacent, you get tight.
Andy Hall today, both running and passing, goes over the 3,000 total offensive yard mark in his career in just 2 seasons. And he's just the third Blue Hens to do so.
Extremely valuable to his football team.
So it's the ACC connection here for the Delaware Blue Hens. You have Sean Johnson, the former Duke Blue Devil, playing defensive end, and then here's Andy Hall. That looks more like the Delaware wing T running to the football. Andy Hall fakes the inside give and takes it outside, the former Georgia Tech Yellow Jacket.
You kind of tend to cringe every time you see this kid take off, because you're wondering when's he going to take that first hard shot. But even getting up off the ground there, he pushed off with his left hand.
Andy Hall not only has that separated left shoulder, he had rotator cuff surgery that forced him out of spring ball on his right shoulder, on his throwing shoulder. And yet, he's from South Carolina. His brother is a rodeoer, so Andy says, I don't have any choice but to be tough with my background and my family. I'm going to be out there no matter what, playing in this playoff game. And his team's up 34-7.
Comes a blitz.
Leaves that one short. First time that they've really gotten good pressure on Andy Hall today, intended for G.J. Crescione.
Yeah, Jermaine Bennett did a great job stepping up, picking up the blitz again on his right side. And Hall tended to rush that pass just a little bit. Thought he was going to get hit, but Jermaine picked the guy off right in time.
As you said, Scott, an important drive here for Delaware, and the Blue Hens are facing 3rd down and long. 6 of 9 on 3rd down today are the Blue Hens.
Heads up for a little screen pass here.
3rd and 9 for Delaware. Hall straight drop down the sideline, incomplete. Yep, as you said, good no call.
The crowd wanted an interference there, but legs kind of got tangled up. Uncatchable football. Good call by the refs, letting them play it a little bit.
This is about as good a start to the second half as you'd have wanted for Southern Illinois.
Coach Gill, this is what he wanted. You know, he got on. Said he got on his players a little bit. Hopefully they settled down, got the nervous jitters out.
So a turnover converted into a touchdown now, a bad snap. Good job of getting that kick away. Mike Weber, great job. Payne picks it up, but he's in trouble. Payne slips and falls down at the 21. Weber did a great job of getting this punt away. Not the prettiest special teams play, but Delaware will take it. 34-7 Blue Hens on Southern Illinois. Saluki football coming back.
The leaves are falling and so are the prices at Ron Ward Chevrolet Oldsmobile in Heron during the spectacular fall savings sale going on now. Get a 2003 Chevy S10, just $14,800 or $245 a month. A 2004 Adventure, only $18,100 or $299 a month. Or a 2004 Cavalier for just $9,950 or $164 a month. Our lots are overloaded. Hurry! These falling prices won't last long. Only at Ron Ward Chevrolet Oldsmobile, Route 148 in Heron, Illinois.
Hi, I'm Kent Smith. You've trusted our family for over 50 years to give you quality products at the best price.
We're more than just lumber. We're floor covering, perfect for home or business. Doors and windows to accent and brighten your home. Building or remodeling, there's only one name you'll need to know.
Southside Lumber.
Expect more for the holidays at University Mall. More style, trendy or traditional, career or casual. More stores, more gift selections, more of what you want from the names you know. More holiday shopping ideas for the whole family. University Mall gift certificates. Give the gift they'll love to return. Your styles, your stores. Expect more at University Mall in Carbondale.
1AA NCAA championship today with 34-7 Delaware on Southern Illinois in the first round of the championships. Next week on CSTV Football Saturday, more NCAA championship action with live coverage of the Division III quarterfinals only on CSTV, the new home of college sports. You can log on to CSTV.com for more information. We will know on Sunday evening who those teams will be, so you can check out CSTV.com to find out the matchup for the Division III quarterfinals next week on CSTV Football Saturday.
Free safety blitz.
1st and 10, Southern Illinois. Salukis pick up the blitz, but it's the backside that gets the pressure on Sambursky.
Stanley Bryant, the free safety, came on a safety blitz. They had the play action fake to that side. They picked that up.
It's Lou Samba coming on the backside.
Didn't bite too hard on the fake. Good job by Sambursky just getting that football away. Taking the incompletion, making it a 2nd and 10. Maybe turning something bad into something worse. They could be facing a 2nd and 17 here.
Salukis were down 34-0 at the half. They have a touchdown in this 3rd quarter. But now 2nd down and 10 from Southern Illinois' own 21-yard line. Sambursky roll out again. Sambursky gets around the end. We're going to have a hold coming up, though. There was an obvious hold on Brian Akins, the right tackle.
That was a quarterback keeper all the way. If you watch the receivers downfield, they're stocking blocks, not looking back. And Sambursky looks like he's going to throw the football, but he just takes off. They like that quarterback roll on a keeper. Another holding call. Puts them at a disadvantage here. This is going to be second and 20. The middle of the field is there if they want to throw the football.
Holding, offense, 10-yard penalty from the previous spot. 2nd down.
Well, twice they tried that rollout to the right side. The 2nd time design run. The only way that Samba didn't make the tackle was because it was a hold. What do you think about holding becoming a 5-yard penalty? 10 yards seems pretty stiff.
10 is pretty stiff, especially when you throw the football a lot. These guys are on an island. It's probably the toughest thing to do is keep your hands inside instead of outside on the shoulder pads as an offensive lineman.
2nd down and 20 now. 4-man rush for Delaware, and they still get pressure on Sambursky. Dumps it short. Abdul Kadir picks up about 10 yards. But Sambursky barely got rid of that football.
Nice job by Sambursky sidestepping Sean Johnson on that one. Sean Johnson had a beat on him. You see him going back to pass here. He steps up. Sean Johnson coming in from his left right there. Bought a little extra time. Found Abdul Kadir on that one. Still 3rd and long for these guys.
That was a pickup of 6 yards, so that means 3rd down and 14. And the Blue Hen crowd that has not been scared away by cold weather, by wind, and by a big Delaware lead gets loud on 3rd down. 3rd and 14. Short drop, Samurski takes out the umpire. Wow, has he had a bad day. Got his lip busted in the first half. Did Patrick Feely, and then he gets taken out on a pass play over the middle. I mean, this is not Patrick Feely's Thanksgiving weekend.
It's going to be in the training room after this one. You got that same basic crossing route.
He's fighting off.
You got to move your feet up.
And the ref.
You got to move your feet.
Oh, Brent Little, stiff arm to the umpire. And yet, Patrick Feely back down there for the punt situation.
Did he call that last holding penalty?
Maybe a little revenge. 4th down, good punt against the wind. Hagerbrook will take it and will be wrestled down at the 45 finally. That was a great punt.
That's a great,
by Zach Kettlecamp.
Great open field tackle.
Delaware gets the football back with a 34-7 lead on Southern Illinois.
AAAHC certification, the symbol of the continuing growth and success in healthcare, has been awarded to Southern Illinois Orthopedic Center. SIOC has a proven commitment to providing excellence in business practices and the highest level of quality patient care. Only through the constant hard work and dedication of the Surgery Center staff and physicians has SIOC been awarded such an honor. Southern Illinois Orthopedic Center, where state-of-the-art medicine meets hometown care.
Integrity. Once you mention this one little word, people expect more from you. At Jim Hayes Incorporated, we're ready to meet that challenge with specially designed lease and finance plans. We want to make sure you get the vehicle you want, not the one we think you need. That means working with you, asking questions, and listening. Integrity. It's just one of the many reasons people keep coming back to Jim Hayes Incorporated in Harrisburg, Illinois.
SIU Athletics and 710 Bookstore have made it easier for Southern Illinois to connect with their inner Saluki fan. Saluki Connection, located in the Illinois Center Mall, is one more way for you to stock up on all your officially licensed SIU apparel and gifts. Known brands such as Adidas, Russell, and Champion. Show your support with hats, t-shirts, sweatshirts, jerseys, and more. Even infant and children's clothing. Before going to the game, stop by Saluki Connection and dress your family their Saluki best. Saluki Connection, Illinois Center Mall, Marion.
The 2nd seed in the 1AA championship playoffs, the Delaware Blue Hens, has taken care of business through the first 2+ quarters. It's 34-7 Delaware, and it's Blue Hen football near midfield. Running room for Antoine Jenkins, fumbles the football. Southern Illinois on top. 2nd turnover of the 2nd half for Delaware.
That was a great run right there. You got to finish it off. They've already fumbled once in this half. You take a look at the initial hit right here. He breaks that tackle. I mean, their leading tackler, Alexis Moreland, the safety, Buck Buchanan Award finalist. He's leading his team with 83 tackles, forces the fumble.
And it's Patrick Jordan who gets on top of the football.
That's one guy Casey Keeler was worried about yesterday. Big number 7.
And Alexis Moreland, even though he's a safety, they like to play him up close to stop the run. Southern Illinois gets the football back. 1 touchdown in this 3rd quarter. Trying to put another drive together, complete to Courtney Abbott. Every weekday at 4, it's CSTV Retrovision, hosted by Billy Baldwin. This Monday, Dynasty, University of North Carolina women's soccer. Then Monday through Wednesday at 6 p.m. Eastern, Coast to Coach. The top coaches from around the country tell you what went right and what went wrong, as well as what to expect in the upcoming week. CSTV Retrovision and Coast to Coach on CSTV, the new home of college sports. 2nd down play for Southern Illinois. Koutsos up the middle, 1st down. Salukis. Let's check in with Mindy Bach.
Yeah, well, guys, if you notice that left tackle Brian Jennings is not in the game. He usually plays alongside Sean Johnson, but he took a helmet to the right thigh, and on the sideline right now, he is getting iced. Back to you.
So one of those great front four guys for Delaware is out of the ball game on this defensive stand, Brian Jennings.
They should just put his leg out in the wind. They don't even have to ice it.
Cold enough. I mean, that looks more like trench warfare from
Hopefully Mindy's getting some hot chocolate down there.
Hope so, because game time temperature was right around 40. And there you hear the timeout. So the Salukis take a timeout after the first down. We'll keep it right here, though. 7:07 to go in the third.
If they get a quick score here, Carter, does this become a football game then?
Absolutely. I think it's
Down
already
by
a football
20?
game because Southern Illinois has been making the plays here in the second half, and really since that outstanding first quarter by Delaware. It was 27-0 Blue Hens after one. So since then, this has been an even football game.
Yeah, and even as an ex-player, I've been on both ends where you go into halftime, you know, you're getting your tail handed to you, or else you've been really on top of someone. Sometimes a halftime, for, say, instance, Delaware is a disadvantage. It kind of slows you down, makes you become lax and, you know, conservative. But I haven't seen them change their game plan. I mean, they're staying with the quick passes. They're running the ball well. They're just turning it over.
So out of this timeout, Southern Illinois has another first down, trying to move the football again. They converted one turnover into a touchdown in the third quarter, trying to do it for a second time after the Delaware fumble. Near midfield, play action, pressure from Johnson. Pass is complete. No gain on the play, though, and we'll have to see what this flag is.
Left tackle was moving at the snap for Southern Illinois.
And he's doing his darndest to stop Sean Johnson off the right side of that Delaware defensive line. Tough task.
Sambursky's even pulling out of there a little bit early. Wow. How was that offsides?
Defense, 5-yard penalty, first down.
Nice block by Abdul Kadir right there on Parks. Guy that outweighs him by about 60 pounds.
So Sean Johnson got a little bit too much of a jump on that first down play. Makes it a little bit easier here. It'll be first down and 5 for Southern Illinois.
Seems like he has a great knack of judging the snap count, getting the jump on the ball. Little things that make you good.
Already in 1 year with the Delaware Blue Hens, Sean Johnson has won more football games than he did in 3 years playing with Duke. 11 wins this season for Delaware. Abdul Kadir breaks a tackle and gets the first down. Boy, he put the shoulder pads down and bounced right off of Chris Mooney.
Wow. That was actually Mondo Davis. They're in that tight formation now with the two fullbacks again, something they had success with early in the second half on the touchdown.
It is Davis he bounces off of to get that first down. So the Salukis are moving the chains.
That's no little guy. That is no little guy, Monroe Davis.
And Southern Illinois now actually has more total yards of offense than Delaware. 226 to 223.
Yeah.
And yet the scoreboard says 34-7 Delaware.
And they're really staying in that tight formation, using a slot back, an extra tight end in the backfield as a second fullback that should play into Delaware's hands, you know, being able to contain that, not having it spread out.
However, you see the problem, Scott, though, of a team that likes to run the football, control the clock, even though they're running the football, moving the football. That clock just keeps on rolling. Yeah. Tough to come back from down 34-0 when you want to run the football.
You're down by 27 now, and your secret weapons, an extra fullback in the backfield. They need about 2 more quarters on top of what they have for the rest of the game.
Blitz coming off the corner. Sambursky finds the open man. It's Abbott, but nowhere near the first down, and a nice open field tackle by Mike Adams, the free safety, stopping that forward progress of Abbott.
They're having some success throwing the football out in the flat. It'd be nice to see them do a little pump fake out in the flat and try and get them on a wheel route, especially being 6'6", of what Abbott is.
Wheel route takes him over to the middle of the field after the sideline.
Pardon me?
Wheel route takes him back to the middle of the field?
Yeah, after, you know, a little quick out route, pump it to him, have him swing it up the sideline. You got a 5'10" defensive back covering you. Just lay it up, let him try and make a play. Really, what do they have to lose at this point?
3rd and 5, blitz coming again from Delaware. Handoff up the middle, no running room for Tom Koutsos. It's Mondo Davis who hits him square in the middle.
He said, "I'll be back," and he sure was on that one. But, you know, they handed it off right into the teeth of the blitz on that one. No chance for the Salukis.
4th down. Is this 4-down territory now for Southern Illinois?
3 points doesn't do much for you at this point.
Yep, Sambursky staying on the field.
Almost under 4 minutes left here in the 3rd quarter. You got to get 6 or 7 on this drive.
4th down and 5. They need the 17.
He's got him.
Incomplete. Abbott didn't clear out of the pattern there.
Sambursky, he puts that ball out in front of the fullback on that one. He's got the 1st down. You see the fullback giving him a stare back.
It's Matt Weiser in the flat.
He's like, "Come on, buddy, put it out in front."
Let's check in with Mindy Bach.
Well, gentlemen, right now I'm with Tony Moss. He's the executive director of the Sports Network for Division I AA football, and he's here to talk about a little about the Walter Payton Award, the Buck Buchanan Award, and the Eddie Robinson Award. You know, then we'll go to the best defensive players, offensive player, and coach of the year. And what about the candidates this year? What kind of quality players and coaches are you seeing?
There's some great ones, especially for the Payton Award. We have a quarterback down at Grambling State, Bruce Eugene, who's had a monster year. Finished third in the voting last year. Andy Hall, who's playing today from Delaware, is a top candidate for the award. Just a great total player, total offense, rushing, passing, all that kind of stuff. And Jamal Branch from Colgate. Colgate looks to be on the road to a victory today in the 1st round of the playoffs. So 3 really top-notch candidates for the Payton.
Yeah, and the Walter Payton Award, the 3 finalists will be announced when?
We'll announce the 3 finalists on Monday. We invite 3 to Chattanooga, a la the Heisman Trophy, and we won't know the winner until that date. And we'll know the winner of the Buchanan and the Robinson on that date, too.
And real quickly, how are the winners chosen?
We choose the voters before the season. It's made up of about 100 media members or sports information directors from the schools. We try and get a balance from around the country, east, west, north, and south, and it kind of comes together like that. The voters for the Payton Award are the same ones that vote on the top 25 poll each week, so we think it's a nice mix and it works well.
And Delaware should be happy. They're very well represented, as well as Tony said, Alex Moorhead from Southern Illinois. Let's go back to you guys.
All right, thank you very much, Mindy. And if you want to tune in for the Walter Payton Awards, the Buck Buchanan Awards, and the Eddie Robinson Award, then just keep it right here on CSTV, the new home of college sports. You can log on to CSTV.com to find out more about that program. But Chattanooga, Tennessee, we will have that award presentation for you, and you're staring at Andy Hall. I think Mindy may have just given the CSTV viewers a scoop, because the candidates may not be announced until Monday, but apparently there are 3 in mind, including Andy Hall, the senior quarterback for the Delaware Blue Hens.
How could you overlook that guy? You know, eclipsing the total yardage of 3,000 today. You know, passing him, running. He accounts for so much of this Delaware offense.
You don't want to disparage Grambling State and Colgate, but the level of competition in the Atlantic 10 and the level of competition that Andy Hall has faced in his Delaware career is as close to 1A major program football as you're going to get.
It really is. And they beat Navy earlier in the year. You look at how they played against this Gateway Conference team in the 1st half. You know, we were talking, this is a mismatch. But, you know, Southern Illinois came out with a little bit of steam in the 2nd half. But, you know, the way Hall operates this offense, it's hard to believe Delaware would be where they're at if it wasn't for Andy Hall.
If you need any more proof about his ability, he quarterbacked Delaware to a win over Navy on October the 25th, a 21-17 win over the 1A Midshipmen, a team that obviously Navy much improved under former Georgia Southern coach Paul Johnson.
Yeah, Navy's playing well this year.
They almost beat Notre Dame, which right, yeah, I'm sure Aaron Taylor, Aaron Taylor remembers that game well when Navy nearly knocked off the Fighting Irish. And
it's funny. It's funny sitting there every Saturday watching who Notre Dame's going to play. Him trying to hide behind a curtain.
Weber, another nice kick. Fumble picked up. Another fumble though, and this time Delaware has it. The 2nd special teams fumble of the day for Southern Illinois, and the Blue Hens will have the football inside the 30.
5 turnovers, not counting the block kick.
Sean Blyler recovers his 2nd fumble of the day. Number 22 for Delaware got on top of that football.
That's just taking your eyes off the football. It's on the ground. He thought he had it again. Kicked it back up. I mean, you look at the field position that Delaware has gotten this entire football game. I mean, they only have 14 more yards than Southern Illinois right now at this point.
And inside the 30, another short field. Jermaine Bennett puts his shoulder pads down. 2 touchdowns all the day already for Jermaine Bennett. Coming up after the game from the Fieldhouse in New York, join Mike Crispino, Aaron Taylor, and Villanova head coach Andy Talley for CSTV Football Saturday Scoreboard. They'll get you updated on all the college football action with scores, highlights, news, and analysis immediately following the conclusion of today's game on CSTV, the new home of college sports. But still 16:06 to go here. In the third quarter, Delaware up 34-7. Blue Hens haven't put up any points in the second half. In fact, since the first quarter, Delaware's only scored 7 points. Hall pump fake.
Nice pump fake.
Oh. Easy touchdown. Bowler had to come back for it, but he's into the end zone. And Delaware is scoreless in the second half, no more. It is 40-7 Blue Hens.
You know he had to come back for that, but if you watch the pump fake by Hall, the defensive back had his back to him, and I think it was just a basic fade stop where Hall saw the DB with his back to him, and all he did was throw a little shorter pass and allow Bowler to make an adjustment on the ball, which he did. Take a look at it right here. There's the pump fake, freezes the DB, his back's to him. It's just an easy fade stop catch right there.
No chance for Melvin Vance, the cornerback, on that play. Touchdown for David Bowler, the transfer from Southern Cal. And with under a minute to go, this Schushman kick makes it 41-7. Delaware on top of Southern Illinois, late third.
Here we go, Hall again. Watch the fake. The pump.
Yeah.
Faked our cameraman almost there. Defensive back has no clue where the football is. You got a big wide out like Bowler. Just an easy pitch and catch fade stop route.
Walter Payton Award voters, if you have yet to check off the box for the Walter Payton Award in Chattanooga, Tennessee, Andy Hall is putting on a show for you today. Just that 2-play scoring drive, and Andy Hall continues his impressive day for the Delaware Blue Hens.
Another turnover off points for Delaware. It's the 4th time so far this game, not counting the block kick. But Hall, again, very effective, showing no signs of the shoulder injury. Playing behind a long tradition of Delaware quarterbacks. You know the Rich Gannon, Mark Bruner. And my own Uncle Chuck Zolak, quarterback the 1963 undefeated team under Dave Nelson.
That's right. Scott
still lives in the area in Maryland. One of the reasons I went to the University of Maryland. He's my godfather. Used to drive up every game to watch me play high school football in Pittsburgh, 4 hours each way.
Scott Zolak, nephew of former Delaware quarterback Chuck Zolak, joining us in the booth here today at Delaware Stadium.
Never got to play that game due to the fact that President Kennedy was assassinated.
That's right. It was the weekend after John F. Kennedy was assassinated. So obviously college football took a back seat that weekend. And
right before Tubby Raymond got there too. Bill Murray,
under
Dave Nelson, Tubby Raymond.
3 Hall of Fame coaches, all here at Delaware.
Casey Keeler doing what he's doing early in his tenure here.
Oh, Scott's already ready to put him in the hall.
Hey, these guys are playing well.
Get the bus ready in the hall. Becoming even tougher now for Southern Illinois, down 41-7. There's David Nelson, who your uncle played for. The bust of David Nelson.
How much do these guys really look like the actual person? We saw Tubby up here in the booth. That kind of looked like Tubby.
We're going to talk to Tubby, too. We're going to talk to Tubby here in the 4th quarter. Ooh. Big hit on Sam Bursky. Wow. Exactly. That's a wow. And Sam Bursky is down, and he is hurt. That's right. Boy, you don't want to see that. He is hurt. It was a heck of a hit, but Sam Bursky is hurt. The clock stopped with 5 seconds left here in the third. Joel Samberski's hurt here.
They're already asking for some more medical help from the Delaware sideline. He doesn't even see this coming. This is safety blitz all the way. It's head-to-head. It's the toughest thing on quarterbacks, that backside hit.
Curtis Hawley is going to be the backup quarterback for Southern Illinois, but the game is completely on hold here in Newark, Delaware, as Joel Samberski, the sophomore quarterback for Southern Illinois, took a hard hit on a blitz, and he is down on the field.
Sometimes when you see that blitz coming from your front side, you could tend to brace yourself a little bit, you know, to ease the blow, even though the blow is going to be pretty severe. But it's tough sometimes when you don't have eyes in the back of your head.
Scott Zolak, you've no doubt been in the position where you take a tough hit as a quarterback.
Exactly.
You just got to stand in the pocket and take it, don't you?
That's the thing, but you know, it's a safety blitz from the backside.
Didn't look like.
Well, with the days of, you know, the way players and how violent this sport is, how much bigger players have gotten, and the speed and injuries, medical staffs are very conscious, very careful.
So with 5 seconds to go in the third quarter, the score is Delaware 41 and Southern Illinois 7. But Joel Samberski is down on the field here in Newark, Delaware. The hit came from Jamie Rotonda. Nothing wrong with the hit. But the stretcher is on the field. Scott, what's it like as a member of that Southern Illinois football team to be watching your quarterback and one of your team leaders down on the field?
Well, that's tough. And you saw the reaction out of the guys in the huddle on his offense. They were bothered by it. They're trying to get fired up. You know, you're down. You know, this guy's known to be a fiery, competitive leader. He's a consistent player, very accurate passer for this football team. Completes 57% of his passes.
So,
of
tough.
Course, and here, you see Coach Kill bringing his team together here, trying to keep their head in the game, stay focused. Sometimes you want to regroup, and try and play well for him, something he would want you to do. And you have to realize, you have a backup coming in now, and you got to everybody else has to step it up right now.
Joel Samberski, who a year ago was Freshman of the Year in the Gateway Football Conference. As a sophomore, he has completed over 50% of his passes, and he has been a big reason why Southern Illinois is here in the 1AA football championships in the first round, playing at Delaware. But after taking that hit with 5 seconds left in the third quarter, he has remained on the field.
We felt that hit up here, Carter.
Now, conversely, on the side of the Delaware Blue Hens, you're up 41-7, and the game has come to a grinding halt. How does that affect, do you think, what's going on with the Delaware sideline?
Well, I think, Coach Keeler's doing the same thing Coach Keeler did. You got to get your team together and keep them focused. I mean, this is a violent game. Injuries do happen. And pray that this young man will be fine.
That's Coach Jerry Kill coming over to check on his sophomore quarterback. They've taken the face mask off Joel Samberski.
Sometimes when you get hit high like that, there's head-to-head stuff. There's, your head. It could be a sternum thing, but they're very cautious nowadays involving these upper body injuries.
So a stadium with nearly 20,000 people and the stands is now completely silent. In Newark, Delaware, as both the Blue Hen fans and the Southern Illinois Saluki fans alike worry about Joel Samberski. And more medical attention now coming onto the field to try to figure out the best way to get Samberski to the medical attention that he needs.
This is a tough spot too for a backup quarterback who hasn't, played the whole game, 3 quarters. Standing around watching. He's got to get ready and try and do something to keep his team focused on this football game. Down 41-7.
And Curtis Hawley, the backup, a freshman from Belglade, Florida, has only thrown 7 pass attempts on the year.
I mean, you always want to play as a backup, but not under circumstances like this.
Again, the game situation, 5 seconds left in the 3rd quarter, and Delaware leading Southern Illinois 41-7. But Saluki quarterback Joel Samberski took a hit on a blitz, and he has remained on the field since. And he has been down for at least about 5 minutes. Samberski's on the stretcher. And of course, a nice hand from the fans here at Delaware Stadium. Well, watch this hit where Joel Samberski is injured one more time. So a hard hit, and Samberski has not gotten up after that hit. We will let you know as soon as we have any information on the condition. And there is Joel Samberski blinking as he's being taken off the field. So as soon as we know anything about the sophomore quarterback, Joel Samberski, we will let you know. But you saw Joel blinking as he is being rolled off the field here in Newark, Delaware. So with Joel Samberski on a stretcher on the sideline, Southern Illinois will be asked to take the field again. And they will do so with Curtis Hawley in at quarterback. First pass play is completed, and Courtney Abbott brings it down to the 30-yard line. So
that's one way to get things going.
The officials quickly got these teams back on the field and got Southern Illinois out there, a quick pass play, and that is the end of the 3rd quarter. With Joel Samberski being wheeled off the field on a stretcher, the 3rd quarter comes to an end, with Delaware leading Southern Illinois by a score of 41-7. And we reiterate that we will let you know as soon as we know the health condition of Southern Illinois quarterback Joel Samberski. The 4th quarter is coming up next with Delaware leading 41-7.
The holiday rush is on at Barnett's Furniture. It's our largest holiday sale ever. Everything's on sale, plus save your cash with nothing down, no interest, and no payments for a whole year. Barnett's is stacked and packed with great holiday gifts at unbelievable savings. Select items 50% off. Hurry in and save because Christmas is almost here. Barnett's largest holiday sale ever, now in progress, across from the Illinois Center Mall Marion and at the 42nd Street Plaza, Mount Vernon.
Who would you trust for complete cardiovascular care? Since opening the region's first heart center, Southeast Missouri Hospital has improved the lives of tens of thousands of area residents. Heart Complete Cardiac Care includes chest pain center evaluation, cardiac diagnostics, electrophysiology, heart surgery, and a cardiac rehab program of individualized follow-up care. A regional heart center at Southeast Missouri Hospital. Commitment to excellence, trusted care.
Merry Christmas. Santa Claus here for Vogler Motor Company. It's that time of the year, time for you to make your wish list. And don't be afraid, wish big this year. No, I mean really big. That's better. Now that's Santa's kind of toy. And if you're wishing for a new Mountaineer, Aviator, or Navigator, make it easy on Santa and wish for a DVD player. They're free, absolutely free, including installation and a $2,000 rebate. You know, Rudolph wants off the 24th. This might just be the answer. So get that wish list ready. We'll see you at Vogler's, where wishes are granted.
At 710 Bookstore, you get so much more. For over 30 years, 710 Bookstore has been a proud supporter of SIU athletics. Show your support by attending this year's events, wearing licensed SIU clothing from 710 Bookstore. 710 carries a great selection of Saluki logo fashion wear, as well as gifts and souvenirs. At 710 Bookstore, yeah, we give you more at 710 Bookstore.
At the start of the fourth quarter, it is Delaware leading Southern Illinois 41-7. The game marred, however, by Joel Sambursky, the sophomore quarterback. This is moments ago when he was placed in an ambulance and taken away from Tubby Raymond Field here in Newark, Delaware. It is Southern Illinois football, though. Muhammad Abdul-Qadir gets the handoff. Let's check in with Mindy Bach.
Well, guys, I just found out that Joel Sambursky did lose consciousness on the field. For how long, I don't know, but I do know that when he was taken off the field, his eyes were open. He was licking his lips. Obviously, he was strapped down, so he was not moving, but they would be taking him to Christiana Hospital, which is about 10 minutes away, to check him out.
Thank you very much, Mindy. And if we get any further updates on the health condition of Joel Sambursky, we will pass them along to you. But now the Southern Illinois quarterback is Curtis Holly. He rolls out, makes a pump fake, and is brought down on a nice tackle.
That was a
on
good
the right side from Lou Samba.
That was a good decision right there. He didn't have anybody open. The fullback was covered in the flat. The dragging tight end, he was also covered. You got something positive out of that. Keep it 3rd and short.
This will be 3rd down and 2 coming up for Southern Illinois. Delaware had a 27-0 lead at the end of the first quarter, and the Blue Hens have made the plays to keep that lead, and Southern Illinois is going to have to use a timeout here. So it's 41-7 here. Delaware on Southern Illinois. In a moment, we will visit with Blue Hen head coach Tubby Raymond. But Scott, let's talk about Southern Illinois and what a tough job now for the Salukis. Not only is your starting quarterback out, but you know that those young men on the sideline, their thoughts are with Joel Sambursky, and yet they're looking up at the scoreboard saying we have to really make the plays here in the fourth quarter if we're going to come back and be in this football game.
Yeah, you've got to help Curtis out here. The other 10 guys, when you have your starting quarterback go down, it's up to the other guys in that huddle to say, hey, you know, guys, we got to step it up, get something going here. You don't want to get in a situation where Delaware up already 41-7 lays their ears back anymore. You know, Sean Johnson and those guys getting any pressure upfield. It looks like they could get Curtis outside, though. Put him on the perimeter, let him make some plays, either running or throwing the football.
Critical 3rd down coming up here for the Southern Illinois Salukis. 13:40 to go in the game. 6 of 11 on 3rd down in the ball game for Southern Illinois. Backup quarterback Curtis Holly under center. Blitz coming from Delaware on the reverse. Open field, and that will be a first down. Brent Little made a great play to get that stiff arm. It looked like Hagerbrook, and actually, no, it's number 17, Dave Camburn, who got that stiff arm on the reverse. He was the only guy that had a chance to make that play.
That was a great job by Brent Little. He got that all on his own. Delaware had this thing sniffed out, had a guy waiting for the right there. Sidney Hagerbrook just had to come up, make the tackle. Great job picking up the first down, keeping the sticks moving.
Look at the total yards on the bottom of those numbers, 283 to 273.
And you're down.
Right, down 41-7, no less. Abdul Kadir bottled up.
It's one of the few times they've had him in the backfield, knelt for a loss.
So the first down hand goes for just a couple of yards. In fact, goes for no yards. It's second down and 10 coming up. So not only is Southern Illinois without its starting quarterback now, Joel Sambursky, but Brandon Robinson, the starting fullback who has over 1,000 yards total offense on the year, was suspended for a violation of team rules. So you're without your fullback, who you use as a wide receiver, and now you're without your starting quarterback. Curtis Holly, the freshman QB, on second down and 10. And they didn't get the play off in time. Trouble getting that play in for the Salukis, and that will be delay of game.
Offense. 5-yard penalty. Second down.
So we talked about, you know, freshman quarterback coming into the game at this stage in a playoff game. You got to be aware of everything around you. You know, you got the play clock you got to deal with. You got to deal with personnel groupings coming in the huddle, getting the play called, getting it snapped. It's a tough thing for a young quarterback to do.
Makes it second down and 15.
You have to wonder how much the benching of the starting fullback has affected the Saluki team at the beginning of the game when they came out, putting the ball on the ground, coming out flat.
Delaware showing a blitz. Fade route in zone. Incomplete, though. Great coverage by Sidney Hagerbrook on Brent Little.
That was a great job by Sidney Hagerbrook getting his hand around. It was a nice pass. Nice pass by Curtis Hawley. Take another look at the fade route right here. I mean, he puts that ball right on the money. Hagerbrook gets his left hand in just at the last second. Delaware, an all-out blitz called right there.
Great play by the corner, Sidney Hagerbrook. So that means that third down and 15 coming up.
Well, Curtis Hawley, show me a little bit coming into this football game, making a couple key throws.
Play clock to 2. Play action. Holly to the end zone again. This time it's Abbott, and it's incomplete. Wind held that ball up a little bit, didn't it?
Yeah, as a receiver, you got to make an adjustment on that football. You got a young freshman quarterback coming into the game. You got to give him some help here, guys. You got to catch the football. Take a look at Holly here on the play action. Nice play action fake. That ball just gets away from him. It's a little flutter. Some people were eating turkey for Thanksgiving. That may have been a duck, almost like a shot put.
So that brings up fourth down, and Southern Illinois is forced into four-down territory here. Down 41-7. This is 4th and 15. They need the 2-yard line for a first down. Whistle on the play, though. And maybe motion on the offensive line for Southern Illinois. There is time on the play clock.
Prior to the snap, ball start, offense, 5-yard penalty, fourth down.
It's one of the great things about college football. They never single out who the penalty's on.
Now, you say that.
False start on the offense.
When we were up in the Big Sky Conference, the Big Sky actually does. The officials in the Big Sky.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we were shocked to hear it as well when we got up to Montana State.
That's the first time I've heard of it.
This is 4th down and 20. After that penalty, 2 of them for Southern Illinois, and that's an incomplete pass. Ran the swing route to Brent Little.
First time we saw that play today. I don't know about that on 4th and 15 right there.
So Delaware will take over with 12:05 to go in the 4th quarter, and the Blue Hens up 41-7. Jerry Kill can't be happy with the penalties backing him into that 4th down and 20 situation.
He's trying to talk to his young quarterback here. You know, settling him down. He had Corey Abbott on a nice post corner route, but he kind of shot put it to throw. He dropped his arm down.
We have a new quarterback for Delaware as well. Ryan Carty, the redshirt freshman, is going to come back.
There you go. Smart move by Casey Keeler, getting his quarterback out of the game.
1st down and 10. Ryan Carty will hand off up the middle. It's Antoine Jenkins. And we're pleased to be joined in the booth by Hall of Fame coach Tubby Raymond, former head coach at Delaware. And Coach, thanks for joining us, and I imagine this Thanksgiving weekend is going pretty well for Delaware fans.
Well, it's nice being here, and certainly this is a surprise to everyone that Delaware would move the ball so readily and be able to shut that very fine running game of Southern Illinois, just shut it right down.
2nd down here for the redshirt freshman quarterback, Ryan Carty. And as you look at Delaware, the offense now is a little bit changed because of the big lead, but as you were known, and as Delaware was known for years of the Delaware wing T offense, how surprising is it to see out there on the field those Blue Hens running a no huddle, 3-4 wide, passing the football West Coast style offense?
Well, the last 10 years, you could hardly call what we're running the wing T, certainly wasn't the old fashioned one. And we did a lot of shotgun and so forth, but we still had a very good running game, and we blocked with our shoulders, which very few people do now. They all stand up and push.
1st down here for Delaware. Incomplete pass, and as we promised, an update on Joel Sambursky. He will be okay is the word we are being given. Was unconscious for a minute or so, but he does have full movement. So it's just a precautionary measure that Southern Illinois quarterback Joel Sambursky is being taken to the hospital, and that is exactly the word we had hoped to get on that young man. 2nd down and 10. Ryan Carty under center, and Carty is now playing in place of Andy Hall. Obviously, with this big lead, don't want to take a risk of getting the A-10 Offensive Player of the Year. But Coach, how does Andy Hall compare to some of the great quarterbacks that you've had in your Delaware career?
You know, I was slow to judge him. You know, this is the 2nd year I watched him. He's much better than he was a year ago, and I believe that he's right up there with some of the good ones. I'm not going to predict that he's going to end up in the NFL, but I think he's worth a shot. I think somebody's going to look at him, and he's played much better this year than he did the year before.
3rd down, Carty's going to have to run. Now he throws, and that's a 1st down completion to Brian Ingram.
It's a nice play by Carty, moving out of the pocket, buying some extra time here. We see a late flag right here on the play. Coach, wanted to ask you about Casey Keeler. What kind of player was he? I saw how happy you were to keep, a Delaware ex-alumni.
I loved to
as the coach.
I loved to kid him. You know, he was a real tough guy, and I was an outside linebacker, and gave it a shot. Was with the Eagles for 3 years in preseason camps. Very hard, dedicated, passionate football player, and he's the same kind of coach. He's obviously transferred it to the players. They're certainly playing very well for him.
And he's been able to keep this team together, given all the injuries that have plagued him since that Rhode Island game in the mid-season.
Well, he's done a great job in a number of ways. I think probably nobody would notice this as much as me, but he's really adjusted the defensive front, changed people around, and used everyone to the best advantage. And they've just done a great job, and obviously the offense. The offensive people, coaching staff, have done a super job in bringing in this spread offense.
Well, we talked about Casey Keeler taking over for you and the legacy of the 3 Hall of Fame coaches. What was it like when you took over the Delaware program? The last 2 guys before you, Bill Murray and Dave Nelson, were in the Hall of Fame.
Well, Dave Nelson was very, very supportive, and I kind of eased in it because I'd been the backfield coach for 12 years. And he helped me immeasurably. And then, of course, when we told Keeler that, you have to be in the Hall of Fame now, there's no way you can miss, because everybody does.
And it was August 9th of this year you were inducted?
Yeah. Yes, and it was fun. It was an awesome an awesome experience.
Obviously in South Bend, Indiana, the College Football Hall of Fame. Tell us a little bit about walking through that building, seeing all the great names, and then realizing that you would be a part of the College Football Hall of Fame.
Well, I really, it is a very humbling experience to realize two things. The people who are in there already, and then the people who are not in there, kind of gives you a great feeling.
Jenkins gets another first down for the Delaware Blue Hens. It's 41-7 Delaware on Southern Illinois. We're visiting with Tubby Raymond, former head coach of the Delaware Blue Hens. One of the things that we have been very impressed about here at Delaware Stadium is a nearly packed house on Thanksgiving weekend in cold, windy conditions when the students aren't even on campus. What was it like to coach in this type of atmosphere that is just loving a 1AA football program?
Well, it's just, it's wonderful. We fill the stadium most every game, and of course, I came from Michigan. We like to refer to as a little Michigan, and of course, we're about one fifth of the size, but in the stands. But we have had great support here, and there's a great fan base. President Dr. David Roselle is very much in favor of football, and for example, he built that vomitorium where the teams come out of now, and he's very proud of the situation, the program, the Delaware football family.
You mentioned Little Michigan, and I promised our CSTV viewers that we would tell them the story of how this helmet came to be at Delaware, and I want to tell this story and let you correct me if I get it wrong. But Fritz Chrysler was the coach at Princeton. Fritz Chrysler was the coach at Princeton. And when he moved to Michigan in 1938, he actually took the helmet with him, the helmet design from Princeton, where it originated with the Tigers, then to the Wolverines. And it was Dave Nelson in 1951 who brought it here to Newark with the Delaware Blue Hens.
Well, that's true. Actually, Fritz Chrysler at Princeton had the idea that he was going to pass the ball more than he had, and he had those helmets set up for only the eligible receivers, and that was so they could spot them downfield.
Because they used to wear leather helmets, right? So you could see receivers using them.
So
thinking like a quarterback.
That was a great idea, but of course the rules have changed that right away, and then so when he went to Michigan, everybody wore them, and of course Dave, both Dave and I came from Michigan, and we just, or he, in '51, decided that we would stay with this type of helmet.
It's a great uniform. We were talking in the first half, Notre Dame, Penn State, Delaware, Michigan, the traditional uniforms that still remain in college football. Sometimes teams get too cute trying to tweak things. Even the Florida States of nowadays, they switch pants.
Well, we've been chastised for they kid us about wannabes and so forth, but we've enjoyed our prosperity in that helmet, and very proud that it is like Michigan's.
Even no names on the back of the uniforms.
Well, that's true, and we used to kid about that, saying, well, what if he doesn't play next week?
Have to rip it off and stick it on the other guy.
Carty's doing a good job in here, moving that ball along with Antoine Jenkins.
He's done a nice job moving him downfield. I mean, he's gotten all the snaps in practice, right?
He has the greatest record. I can't give it to you verbatim, but his passing record in New Jersey, he broke all the records, and actually I recruited him. He had a choice of coming here or going to Hofstra that runs this offense.
Right.
And I was surprised that he opted to come to Delaware because he liked what we were doing. And we threw the ball a lot, and we were wide open in a lot of ways the last 10 years. So he opted to come to Delaware.
New Jersey high school record, 43 touchdown passes. He had over 3,500 passing yards in high school. Nearly his first college touchdown pass on that play for Ryan Carty.
I think your campus here is a little nicer than that of Hofstra's. I spent some time with the Jets, and it's not one of the prettiest places, but driving around here, it's a beautiful campus.
It really is a great school and a great atmosphere, and I've always been slow to praise our coaching, that really we're here because we've been successful because it's a great recruiting atmosphere. It's the university responds to football. the faculty like football. They like the people in the football, and of course there's a touchdown.
There it is.
The first collegiate touchdown pass for the New Jersey all-time high school leader in career touchdowns. Ryan Carty throws the TD pass. It's 47-7.
And he jogs right off the field like he's done it before.
And Coach Raymond, you brought the Blue Hens some more success in the booth. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you. It's been very nice. God bless.
Thanks a lot, Coach. Appreciate it.
Tubby Raymond, College Football Hall of Fame member and the former coach of the Delaware Blue Hens, joining us here on CSTV, the new home of college sports. This kick will make it 48-7 if Schushman can put it through. Delaware 48, Southern Illinois 7, with 5:13 to go in the first round of the 1AA football championships on CSTV.
They never get traded. They never go on strike. It's not about money. It's about passion. College sports television. All college sports, all the time. Finally, a network that brings you the sights, sounds, and excitement of college sports 24 hours a day. CSTV, because college sports are just better.
CSTV, the new home of college sports, brings you the ultimate college sports fantasy sweepstakes.
What is your ultimate college sports fantasy?
The Rose Bowl. Frozen Four.
I want to see Iowa State go against Ohio, okay?
It's an all-expenses-paid trip for two to the college sporting event of your choice.
Any game? I like to go see Army-Navy. Definitely Big East. Notre Dame versus Michigan at Notre Dame.
Enter now by logging on to CSTV.com for the ultimate college sports fantasy sweepstakes.
CSTV rocks!
Student athletes have always played a prominent role in Olympic history. Some have gone on to become legends. CSTV's U.S. Olympic Pursuit, the first year-round television series to provide dedicated broadcast coverage to all 39 Olympic sports, showcasing America's future Olympic champions. College sports television's U.S. Olympic Pursuit, where the pursuit of the gold begins.
All Delaware here in Newark, Delaware. We'd like to extend a special welcome to those of you watching a special presentation of college sports television today on CN8, the Comcast network. CSTV is delighted to join with CN8 to provide you live coverage of this afternoon's game, turning into this evening's game. Another Delaware touchdown drive. I don't think you can fault the Blue Hens for punching it in there. You have your backup quarterback, you go for it on fourth down, and Southern Illinois just has not been able to stop Delaware in nearly any phase of the game. Let's check in with Mike at the CSTV Fieldhouse.
Carter, Mount Union keeps rolling. They've won 53 in a row, 39-14 over Wisconsin lacrosse, and they advance in the Division III championships, winning in the second round. Other games, RPI upsets previously unbeaten Springfield, 40-34. Ithaca over Montclair State, 33-13. Pete Celebre with 21 carries, 96 yards. And don't forget, next Saturday, the 2003 NCAA Division III Football Championship quarterfinals right here on CSTV. Carter, back to you.
Rensselaer Polytechnic Institute, RPI gets a big win. That'll help their RPI.
You know, people complain about Delaware trying to throw the football there at the end of the game, and they're running it up. I mean, you got to look at it. Ryan Carter, you know, this is his first chance to get in and play. He's practiced all week. You know, say something does happen to Andy Hall next week. I mean, you got to get this kid ready to go. So it's a matter of Casey Keeler, I think, just wanting to get him some plays. It was fourth down, but, you know, there will be people that complain about them trying to run up the score.
And yet, you know, as you said, it's a backup quarterback. You go for it on fourth down.
I mean, yeah, they brought him in with over 10 minutes left in the fourth quarter.
They took a time-consuming drive off. So both teams have their backup quarterback in. Sunday, December 7th at 8 Eastern, CSTV brings you live coverage of the NCAA Men's Water Polo Championship. Watch the two best teams in the country as they battle it out for an NCAA trophy. It's the NCAA Men's Water Polo Championship and it's only on CSTV, the new home of college sports.
Water polo. I like to see Carter in that pool with those guys.
No, you wouldn't.
Not a good swimmer? So what do they do with the horses while the guys are on top of the water? Come on, man, you got to liven up there,
that's where they go have the steeplechase out back. Isn't that how it started? Guys started to swim around and play. The horses had to have something to do. Muhammad Abdul-Qadir picks up a first down for Southern Illinois, and he has been maybe the one bright spot on this day for Southern Illinois.
He really has. And you can see what
now
type
up
of
around
player
90
he
yards.
is.
Yeah.
90 yards. I mean, if they finish this drive out, they will still have more yardage than Delaware. Right now, Delaware's at 336. SIU, they're at 283.
You know, every game we go in talking about special teams, you talk about turnovers.
It's the same.
And it's obvious that Southern Illinois is going to win the yardage battle today, and yet they're going to lose the football game handily. It's 48-7 right now.
That's one of the toughest things as an analyst when you're going into a football game. What do the teams need to do? There's only so many ways you can tweak it, but it really comes down to turnovers, special teams, field position, and third down conversions. And if you could look at a spreadsheet after the game, the final statistics, I guarantee you if a team turns the ball over 3-4 times and the other team doesn't, they're going to lose the football game.
And that football will clearly be a first down for Southern Illinois. I say clearly, now they stretch the chains. It will be first down and 10 for the Southern Illinois Salukis. Well, no, it is 2nd and 1. Excuse me.
Looked like they had it from here.
I sure thought they had it as well, but we're
at a tough
high atop the stadium.
That's right.
And the officials are right down there, so a couple links shy. It's 2nd down and 1.
Talking about Southern Illinois still, something to look at. I mean, what a turnaround for this program from 2 years ago, being 1-10 to 4-8.
Koutsis gets a first down for the Salukis. Joel Sambursky, the sophomore quarterback for Southern Illinois, on 2 possessions ago for the Salukis, was hit hard. And just to update you on his condition, again, Sambursky is okay, even though he was carted off the field. He has regained consciousness, and the report from the hospital is that he is okay. There's an incomplete pass on first down.
It's Delaware defensive front, though. I mean, the pressure all day. Here we go, taking back a look at Sambursky. Did not see the blitz coming from the backside. Carried him off as a precaution. You know, they strap the helmet down, take the face mask off.
Sambursky did lose consciousness on the field, but the word from the hospital here is that Joel Sambursky is okay. He's regained consciousness.
One of the big things that players usually do is they give you a thumbs up or, you know, a little slight wave to let you know that they're okay. We didn't see that. That's why everybody's so nervous, you know, regarding Sambursky. But I'm glad to find out that he does have use of all his extremities.
Pass from Curtis Hawley's incomplete. 3:21 to go in the game. It's 48-7 Delaware. Now, one of the lingering questions about this football game, we told you about the helmet for Delaware, but how about the Salukis on Southern Illinois? What exactly is a Saluki?
Now, I remember it being a dog.
It's
some kind of hunting dog.
See, if you see this on the side of the
I remember this when the hoop team was in a tournament a couple years ago.
Right, Sweet 16 2 years ago.
They elaborated on it.
Well, in 1951, after being known as the Maroons, Southern Illinois took the name of the Saluki, which is the oldest purebred dog in the world, known for its speed. And it originally is from Egypt, the Saluki, and Southern Illinois is known among some as Egypt because in the 1800s there was a drought in all of the Midwest, and yet Southern Illinois, the area right around Carbondale, the crops grew, and just like in biblical Egypt, when there was drought everywhere else, the crops were fine in Southern Illinois, so Egypt.
A little long-winded.
Ancient dog from Egypt, the Salukis. But the point is, it's a quick dog.
It's a dog that looks like a greyhound.
This is 4th down, and I don't think the Salukis got it off in time. Right. The Delaware Blue Hens, meanwhile, that comes from a tradition of cockfighting in Delaware. In the 1700s, later military battalions were known as the Blue Hens, but they have kept that.
What is a terrapin?
Turtle, right?
Snapping turtle.
So, yeah, the adjective. Says former Maryland
There are nice
Terrapin.
turtles and there are bad turtles.
Says former Maryland Terrapin.
Fear
Scott
the
Zolak.
turtle. Now, how did the Orangemen, Syracuse, develop into the Orangemen?
More or less through a variety of political correctness changes did Syracuse become known as a giant orange ball. Timeout here for Southern Illinois before the 4th down play. Stops the clock with under 3 to go. It's 48-7 Delaware on Southern Illinois. More mascot tidbits coming up.
Regional Medical Center, shaping the future of healthcare in the heart of Southern Illinois.
Yes, you're lovely, never ever change. Keep that breathless charm. Won't you please arrange it? 'Cause I love you just the way you look tonight.
See the new Suzukis at Foley Schweitzer Motors in Marion and Foley Schweitzer in Benton.
Expect more for the holidays at University Mall. More style, trendy or traditional, career or casual. More stores, more gift selections, more of what you want from the names you know. More holiday shopping ideas for the whole family. University Mall gift certificates. Give the gift they'll love to return. Your styles, your stores. Expect more at University Mall in Carbondale.
48-7 Delaware on top of Southern Illinois in the first round of the 1AA championships. Tomorrow night, host Derek Mays and Steve Schlanger give you comprehensive coverage of everything Notre Dame on Notre Dame Primetime, pregame and postgame coverage, including Ty Willingham's postgame press conference and player interviews from this week's matchup against Stanford. Picked off. That was 4th down anyway. It will be an interception and a short run back by Craig Brown, a junior linebacker from Staten Island, New York.
Nice pressure by the 2nd team Delaware defensive line. Getting pressure on Holly.
So now with 2:14 left in the game, Southern Illinois has no timeouts. Delaware is up 41 points, so the Blue Hens can run out the clock.
Got to run it out.
The final 2:14 from Newark coming up.
At CSTV, we believe in animal hierarchy.
I am a bulldog.
I'm a tiger.
Terrier. A bear.
Fight.
Bronco.
I am and always will be a Bengal.
We believe in survival of the fittest.
Go. Are you rah-rah?
Fight.
Yeah!
Fight and fight. Oh, wait.
We believe passion is good.
Yeah.
And we know college sports are just better.
I like this.
CSTV, the new home of college sports.
Everyone's had something ruined by the ravages of rust. Stop the rust. TC11 will keep your valuables looking like new. After a few seconds of cleaning with TC11, tools work and look like they were never rusted. TC11 will keep your bike shining. In just a few minutes, you can have your old bike looking new and riding great. TC11 will not harm rubber, paint, or plastic. The penetrating action of TC11 will free rusted bolts and fasteners in minutes and will keep hinges and locks working smoothly. TC11 protects unpainted parts in your engine compartment. TC11 stops corrosion from road salt. Stop rust now. TC11 is available at your friendly True Value hardware store.
Call 1-800-436-5208 for TC11 Rust Control. Order right now will add a second supply of TC11 free. You'll also receive a precision applicator, a steel wool cleaner, and a how-to video guide. Call 1-800-436-5208.
This was a 1 o'clock game in Newark, Delaware, but thanks to a lot of scoring, some timeouts, and injury, it is turning into night with the 48-7 Delaware lead. However, it's going to be a good night for the Blue Hens. Let's take a look at our players of the game. Andy Hall, no doubt the guy who keyed this Blue Hen fighting attack. Still with his helmet on, although he's done for the day.
He's actually sitting down.
Oh, excuse me. Yeah, that's right. So he's buried in there somewhere.
I think they'd start icing that shoulder down.
And Muhammad Abdul-Qadir with
22 carries, 87 yards.
Went over 1,000 yards for the season today for Southern Illinois. Now, this is going to be the final game for Muhammad Abdul-Qadir in his college career. He's a senior. But you think about this Southern Illinois team. In the past 2 seasons, they won all of 5 games. Jerry Kill, now just in his 3rd year as head coach of the Salukis, had this team in the playoffs, co-champions of the Gateway Conference, a bright future ahead.
Without a doubt. That's one of the things he talked about yesterday. Only 7 seniors. You know, you look at their record in 2001, 1-10, 4-8 last year. To turn around and go 10-1 with the youth that he has, I mean, the future is bright there.
This may be a forgettable day on the road in Delaware with this tough loss, and yet it's playoff experience for Southern Illinois, and it's playoff experience that will pay off in the future.
Exactly, and they've been playing hard. I mean, they haven't been to the playoffs in 20 years. And maybe that's what it was at the beginning of this football game. The inexperience, the youth, not aware of the type of tempo. How, you know, when you get to the playoffs, the tempo picks up. It's a different pace. It's not like regular season. So hopefully they'll be able to grow from this, put this behind them, and come winning their conference next year.
Coming up after the ball game today on CSTV, we'll send you to the field house where Mike Crispino and the boys will get you updated on all the scores, highlights, news, and analysis immediately following the game on CSTV, the new home of college sports.
Hopefully Coach Talley will get some food before Aaron Taylor gets to the buffet line.
Good tip. Well, the future is now for the Delaware Blue Hens. For the first time in 3 years, Delaware is back in the NCAA playoffs. And a first-round win. Now, Southern Illinois is going to have to take the field one more time to get a knee on the ground because it was a 4th down turnover here, but no doubt this is going to be a Delaware win.
What do you think? Take one shot here?
I say
no.
Take a knee.
Take the knee.
And obviously you see the nice shot there of Brent Little, one of the sophomores on the Southern Illinois team, with his arm around Jerry Kill, saying, we didn't get it done today, but there's next year for most of this Southern Illinois football team. And we'll run one more play with the Salukis. But with no timeouts, that's going to be the final play of this game. And our score is 48-7 Delaware with a dominating win over Southern Illinois in the first round of the NCAA 1AA championship playoffs. Scott, a very impressive performance from Casey Keeler and the Delaware Blue Hens.
Oh, without a doubt. You can see the depth that they have. The coaching job that he's done, very effective. Even watching practice yesterday, carried over to the game today. Very focused. And with a defensive line like that and a quarterback like Andy Hall, these guys are going to do some real damage in the playoffs.
The second time we've seen the Delaware Blue Hens on CSTV Football Saturday. The question now is, will we see Delaware December 18th in Chattanooga, Tennessee, playing for the 1AA championship? If they can keep up not only the offensive effort, but the special teams and defense that they had today, that is certainly a possibility. Let's go down to Mindy Bach with Delaware head coach Casey Keeler.
All right, Coach Keeler, you've never faced the Salukis before, tough weather conditions, but were even you surprised by your team's performance today?
Well, you know, with these kind of weather conditions, you know, you can get a break here or there, and that's what happened to us early. We got a couple of breaks. Got the hometown crowd. We love playing in the tub, and got into some things early. I thought we played a pretty good football game.
Yeah, obviously, when you have a short field in the first quarter, what did that change for you in your offense?
Now, we even said that, you know, I think the most important thing that's going to happen is a coin toss. We really wanted to win the coin toss, defer they would take the ball, kind of pin them down so we get some points on the board that way. And really kind of set the tempo for the rest of the game, and they were playing from behind. And when you're on the road and you're playing a good football team and you're playing from behind, it's difficult.
Yeah, this is your first playoff win. How long are you going to allow yourself to enjoy it before getting ready for Colgate?
Well, you know, it's one of those things that you just tell the kids enjoy it. Then Sunday we find out who we play, and we kind of move on from there.
Okay, all right. Thank you so much. Congratulations to you. Let's go back to you, Carter and Scott.
Thank you very much, Mindy. Once again, the final score from the Tub, as Coach Keeler calls it, Delaware 48, Southern Illinois 7. And once again, Joel Sambursky, Southern Illinois quarterback, the last word is that he is okay after being carted off the field. For more information, you can log on to CSTV.com. This has been a presentation of CSTV, College Sports Television, the new home of college sports. For Scott Zolak and Mindy Bach and our entire CSTV crew, this is Carter Blackburn. Now let's go to Mike Crispino at the CSTV Fieldhouse.